No.
Ha
We're sorry. We've been sitting here talking to you, and we didn't. We thought we
No.
were live, but we weren't live,
And we're not alive yet.
and the only way we found out we weren't live is there was no eyeball on the screen.
No, no, no. The way I found out is I looked over at the sign that says go live.
Yeah, but that made me look. It made me think. Why in the hell?
Blondie figured it out.
Yeah.
Get on up here. Come on up, Mary. Haven't seen you in a little while. I just had
What, your
my
glasses?
glasses. That's how we can tell the difference. I think we have a pair of glasses that are the same. That look the
The
same.
ones that were broken or look like that.
Look,
Well,
look how bad mine are.
we must have. Mary got tired of waiting.
If you post a comment, will she get it?
The only one that will get that is whoever's in the room.
And that was her. And if she's out, she won't
She
get it.
won't know. You'd have to private message her or Facebook it or something.
Ooh, how about invite? Didn't invite her back.
You could try. I don't think I can though.
Can you hit mute for a moment?
Again, we apologize. We thought we were live this morning, and we were sitting here talking. Damn train.
It was the train's fault. How about that?
We were sitting there talking to you, and then we figured out that we weren't even live. And from what I understand, you can't hear us unless you're live. I'm about ready to take a train's head off.
Man. Oh no, you snored through it all night.
Whatever. I don't.
Unless I yelled at them.
How are we two doing this morning? We're here and alive, and
Chewing along.
I think I'm kind of grumpy.
Computer problems from yesterday. It's enough to make anybody go nuts. Did you take a vitamin yet? You want clonazepam then?
No.
Huh? Oh yeah. I might more of that too. Go. How are you this morning? I love it. Anna! It's me, I swear it's me. That was just a link to StreamYard, but not yours, huh?
Yeah, because I haven't done it yet.
Oh.
I think this is kind of weird too. The only way you can pin it is to do it on YouTube. 37 links, clicks later.
What? That's absurd.
There. Oh, come on.
Scroll down, maybe.
I'm trying. Here we go. There's your link. I apologize. Just slapped me upside the head.
Oh, well, I'm glad you figured out how to pin it, but I I don't understand. I thought you for a while was just copying and then pasting it.
Well, I was. You can copy and paste it here, but nobody, I don't think, can click on it in here for one to see. That's all I can do. Unless I put it on YouTube.
Good
Let's
morning,
see.
you two lovebirds.
Hey, you.
Good morning, and let's hope it stays that way. With cranky Larry instead of dirty Larry.
Where's your name, Dirty? It's not even up there.
What was
My
that?
dog, my dogs think because I'm talking that it's time to get up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we know that one.
Go, go, go.
At my house, I tiptoe to the bathroom in the middle of the night so my dog doesn't hear me.
Well, since somebody woke us up at midnight, everybody went out at midnight, and guess who's not going out right now?
Uh-oh. Yeah, we have those nights too. I think every animal parent does.
So I got my hoodie on because I washed my hair yesterday.
And it's
My
still wet.
hair,
Is
I
it
got my
still?
hoodie on because
Uh-huh.
I washed my hair yesterday, but it doesn't dry quickly.
Yeah,
So,
that's what I said. It's still wet, huh?
yes, and when it gets cold like this, because we got snow, and
In the
a
mouth.
woman who walked with a big stick.
Oh,
I didn't do it.
Now,
What do you mean?
fly swatter. Hell yeah.
go.
I just call it the swatter now.
For some reason, dogs don't like when we carry big sticks. So I, I,
Yeah.
I don't have to be like idiot about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what is that deal?
I don't know, but like maybe it's an animal thing. So, like, I watched this old show called, or movie called The Gods Must Be Crazy. Have you guys ever seen it?
I've heard of it.
I don't think I have.
Oh my God, it is the greatest little movie. Two movies. There's two of the movies,
Okay.
and in the movie, a hyena came up to one of the little boys, and the little boy picked up a piece of bark of the tree and went like this.
Okay.
So maybe it's something because it's just taller or bigger than them.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay.
But I
So,
haven't used my stick in a couple days, and it shows. So, so
is that a stick they're not allowed to have and you tell them no shoo away from?
yeah, this is my walking stick I had made because I'm a tall
It,
person. So a regular cane it won't work for me because I'm so tall. I have really long legs. So I had somebody make this for me. So when I'm sitting down, I can just lean on it to stand up and stuff.
oh, damn. How tall are you?
5'10".
5'10".
Yeah, my daughter's 5'10". I gotcha. Oh,
And then other sticks, like, okay, so whoever made this camper really made it for like short, thin people because we're giants in this camper. And like just to rinse the dishes in the sink, I have to bend down like this to get underneath the faucet.
well, Larry, I will say these counters here are taller than normal, than the
So
average. The ones here. But with Larry being 6'2", that really doesn't mean a whole lot. You
He's
know,
still kind of got to lean down to do the dishes, right?
yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Long arms help.
Yeah, long arms help.
Yes.
And then me, it's nice because I'm not hunched over if I'm doing dishes or washing my hands or something, which is really nice.
You know
Right.
what?
And see the counters here, they don't even come up to my hips. That's how far I have to reach down.
Oh, they're my size counters.
Oh my, I mean, yeah, if I was a smaller person, I'd love it.
Yeah, but you know what she likes even more than my long legs and my long arms?
I don't know. Is this the TMI area?
Well, I don't know. Did you read the title?
My long fingers.
Oh yeah. I mean, damn.
You guys are so funny.
Sorry, that was just a natural response there.
That's okay. I mean, jokes about that are better than jokes about other people, right?
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, it was about other people. It was about her.
But I can tell you. And
Right,
he
right.
told you he cut his finger, right?
I don't.
No,
Oh, he's
Larry, what did you do?
being a dumbass.
Hey,
He
I
got it.
might resemble that.
He pulled one of my moves.
No, I was working on my bike the other day, and I was cutting a belt or not a belt, zip tie off of it because I had to reroute my cables,
Hmm.
and I had a pair of scissors, and I poked my finger with a pair of scissors, and it went and stopped bleeding for over an hour.
Wow, I have a few of those. One time I worked in an upholstery factory, and I did the sewing. So when you do upholstery, you have to make notches and match the patterns up, because
Yep.
that's what makes it more expensive. So I'm holding it in my hand. Let me fix the light. I'm holding it in my hand and I go,
Oh yeah.
brand new scissors, and I cut like a quarter inch of skin tissue off the knuckle itself.
Oh,
And it didn't bleed until they made me go to the stupid workman comp doctor. He poured iodine on it, and then
yep.
it bled like a stuck pig until he sewed it up.
Hmm?
That's messed up. Yep. I've had boo boos like that where, oh, bad, where it's like, oh God, that's bad, and it's not bleeding. Okay.
Hmm. Oh my gosh, you know what I did?
Underwater or something, then it's like,
And they didn't have this like liquid skin back when we were younger.
that shit's cool.
Yeah, I wish they did have it. My very first hunting. So I realized when I left my parents that I had no skills. So I learned how to fish, hike, walk, forage. Well, I went out to hunting and I sliced this finger
That your
all the way across.
is that a dominant hand?
This is my writing, my everything hand. And boy, did that meat come out real quick. You don't know how strong skin is until you open it and the meat just comes pouring out. And you're like, oh shit, get back in there.
I'm thinking that didn't make for a good hunting trip either.
Well, it was funny.
No.
After I cut my finger or hurt my finger, the first thing she says is that was it my finger?"
No, I said wasn't my favorite finger. Get your wording right. Was it my favorite finger?
Get down.
I don't know. Waited for me to get here to find out. Yeah, that is my favorite finger, huh? Oh, jeez.
No,
I just like seeing you blush, Mary. Is all.
Even in the dark, it shows.
Hey, it did finally snow, so hopefully this cough goes away in a few days.
Hey, where did you
What?
put our fingernail clippers, Mary?
We had two
Well,
pairs.
if you like me and got 56 cabinets, it's probably in number 33.
Damn
Okay,
you.
no, worse. We got two cats.
Oh
Yeah.
shit! I forgot. I forgot you guys got cats. Oh my gosh.
No,
Oh, they're not cats.
dude, these cats are crazy. The other day, I seen the cat actually lift her tennis shoe up in her mouth and carry it into the fucking kitchen.
And it was they're those new boundaries or whatever those are.
And they probably
Yeah.
weigh about 2 pounds each.
No, New Balance.
New Balance. Yeah, that's what they're
And
called.
they were the shape up round, rounded ones on the bottom with all that extra stuff. Oh, yeah, took right off with it.
It is super funny.
Well, it's like there's been times we'll be looking for something and she'll go, where's such and such? And I go, I don't know, probably the cats. And she'll go, they can't lift that. And I'll look at her and I'll go, you want to bet?
I found a pair.
Hey, you know what? When Daisy was getting ready to have her babies, she was practicing by carrying whole bricks around the yard. Like on her own, she did that.
Wow, that's funny.
Wow.
It's funny until she gets mad at you and purposely drops the brick right on your bare feet.
Mm.
She's one of those pit bulls that is just obstinate. Like if she had met a violent owner, she would be a violent dog, that kind of pit bull.
Oh,
Right.
thank goodness.
So because we are who we are,
Instead.
she does things like that to us instead of aggression. She'll drop a brick on her foot, you know?
That's
Yeah.
so passive aggressive. Gotta
A
love
little
it.
bit. Yes,
Found one.
yes.
What?
Actually, my husband was like, I'm going to train this dog and I'm going to show you that I can do it because I'm proud of my own skills. And I'm like, all right, you go ahead and do that because it's a pit bull. And, you know, I let him have his moment. And then a couple weeks later, he's like, can you train Daisy for me?
Oh yeah, training a dog's a whole lot of fun.
All right.
Goodness.
Yeah, it is
So
glass.
how you been feeling, Anna? Have you been feeling better?
Yes, I have. I was
What are you
sick
looking for?
again. Eyeglass cleaners. The box.
It's gone.
Fucking cats. Great. I'm looking for eyeglass cleaner thingies.
Gotcha.
Uh-huh.
Thingies, doohickeys, thingamabobbers, whatchamacallit?
This place sucks, man. We lose shit so easy here, and the cats.
So it's not just me, because we go through that in our camper too. Shit.
Most of the time, like if he's looking for something, I'll wind up finding it for him because I'll be like, okay, sit down, relax for a minute, let me look, and then he'll do the same, and it's like almost that fast, and you're like, fuck, really? So yeah. And then there's times where you have to downgrade and think like the cat.
We downgraded this weekend. I didn't tell you.
What's that? Downgraded? What?
We moved the puppies that were born in December out into our building there because they're bigger and old enough to be outside now.
Oh,
At least outside in a protected area, I mean.
Oh, okay.
So I no longer have 20 dogs inside the camper. I only have
Remind me again, your pit bull had 20 puppies?
Two litters.
Two
two.
out of
Yeah. She actually had 23. 2 from the first litter passed, which made that first litter 10 live births. And the second litter was 11 live births, no deaths.
wow.
And the first litter was planned. It went swimmingly. I don't like what I just saw, Junior. Out. Then you better lay down.
Whoa.
And they're awesome. They are so awesome. I'm gonna see if I can show you Junior. Can you see him?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
That's the dog we had the litter for. Because my dog Socks, he's fierce, but he's not big.
okay.
And naturally, I prefer a bigger dog at 5'10". So we're like, we seen Socks and we seen Daisy and they were having fun together. I'm like, oh my God, they would make the best puppy. And that's my Junior right here. And my Mufasa over there, that's my Mufasa.
I
That's the
love
mommy.
these. I love them.
But the second, oh my gosh, Junior, Moo, come here. So we almost, oh my God, it's old now.
Oh,
Yeah, any age. It didn't have any
Here,
stipulation on it.
here they
But,
go by weight.
uh-huh.
well, that is the stipulation. So I have to basically, there, I have to basically guess their weight. And I have to overestimate, because if I don't overestimate,
They won't get put to sleep.
I have to pay extra per pound. So we didn't like that.
Yeah.
And we don't call to ask about.
Wait,
It's
okay.
when you click on the link, all you get is this page to fill out. The advertisement tells you who the sponsors are, but
Okay.
that's, I don't know.
Okay.
It feels like a drive-by clinic, and I really, you know.
Didn't know they had those, but
Yeah, here it'll cost me, I think it was like $140 to get my dog fixed.
And this is 50. So, and here it costs 200 or over. I don't know what's up there, but between Coco and Bear, the
okay.
girl before somebody gets too mad at somebody, and there ain't no coming back, especially with the boys.
Yeah.
Or before the girls get pregnant, but you're keeping them well separated, right?
Oh, they're separated. This one's not going to back to the boys' camper until she's fixed. I already told my husband that. You can fight with me all you want, but she not leaving my camper until I know she can't have babies.
Fair enough. Now you
Because
know how.
go
Go
ahead,
ahead.
Anna.
No, you go ahead. I'm gonna burst
She,
a bubble here in a sec.
she was a good mom. I think we'll have 11. Let's see. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, okay. We'll be right at 10 because that's the number. Okay, so that makes 10. Because two of the dogs are hers,
Plus,
my
mommy.
daughters. So they're going to go with her when she leaves.
Can you send me that link, Mary, so I can look it up
For the dog
for the
place.
dog place? I know we
Okay.
couldn't do it because we don't live there, but I would like to help you with the research of this company.
Okay, cool. Because it kind of weirded me out. Could you send me that picture? Bluetooth it to me later?
Let me reiterate that I do not think that you're incapable of doing that. You know
Right,
what I'm saying?
right,
But
right, right.
also, my sister's best friend is a vet in Arizona, and she might be able to find some things out that we might not. You see what I'm
Yes,
saying?
because we had a local shelter here. And I hope this doesn't break your heart, but they got a when Fisher's Peak became a national monument, grants were given to local businesses such as hospitals and and the animal shelter.
Okay.
So they took their grant and they built a bigger shelter, which everyone beforehand thought this is great. We have an issue here with dogs. About 9 months after they built the shelter, they put out the word, we're not accepting any new animals. And we're all like, wait a minute. I don't get what you just did. Why would you build a shelter to house more animals? And then before you open up to house them animals, you tell everybody we're not going to take your animals.
Yeah.
So at first I'm like, this got to be a joke, right? When Daisy threw up all over the puppies, I went and got my herbs to try to get them healthy. but we knew that we couldn't keep them all. You know what I'm saying? There's just no way we could not keep 21 dogs. So we called
No.
the shelter. We said, listen, they're coming up on their 3 months. We need help. We cannot keep all these dogs. They
Yeah.
straight up said, nope, no, 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 nope. And I said, listen, mom made him sick. I'm doing everything I can to get him back to healthy. But, I'm disabled. My son's disabled. And my daughter's not disabled. I just have her. And the husband works 40 plus hours a week.
Yeah.
They're basically like,
Too bad,
I
so
might be
sad.
able to find a little kibble and back, but I don't know. I don't know what the future holds for your pups.
Oh.
So
I know
Moose came in the room and said 7 trains crashed this week. I was told.
7. I only heard about the one in Ohio.
I was gonna say, is that one train with 7 cars or what? Because I only heard about that, but then again,
But you
there's
know what else I heard, Anna?
mass shootings all the time, and we never hear about those either.
I read a news the subject line of a news report this morning that said some residents are saying that derailment in Ohio,
Yeah.
people were not immediately told it was poisonous.
No, they weren't. Yeah, I heard about that too yesterday. I was like, oh man, I'd be
That's
suing.
insane.
Be suing. Be suing because the guy that does the train, the conductor, has a manifest of what's on that train. And
Yes.
he has to sign off on it. So
Yes. And did they ever say what caused the derailment?
that part I do not know.
Yeah, and I haven't heard tell of it either. Gone are the days that the reporter would actually sit there and ask 15 to 20 questions before they wrote the story, right?
Do they actually even have any reporters that go out in the field anymore? I think they all just read off a piece of paper.
Even though they're
I
out in the field.
I bet they do. They just don't get credit. I think the only reporters that are in the field are small town reporters.
I guess Moose is saying one crashed in Mexico also.
Really?
Well, we should have heard about that. Oh well, fuck. We don't have news.
I don't know, Anna. The chicken factories and feed factories that burnt down last year. People don't even know that number is over 100.
Wait. The flea factories?
The feed.
Feed. Oh, I'm like, I know I'm tired, but wow.
They
Sorry.
have flea factories? What the fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you. Thank you.
I wouldn't. You know what? I wouldn't put it past our government.
Yeah. That's very good. That's
You know what?
we're spending all that money on.
My first clue was what are these people on YouTube like to call things? Synchronicity. My first doctor was at 10 that did a surgery was at 10. I had mononucleosis, but he didn't do the mononucleosis test. But my glands were swollen, so he cut my neck. There's a scar right there. Cut my neck to do a biopsy on my gland to find nothing. To have to do more blood tests after the surgery to only find out it was mononucleosis. Let me tell you what this doctor's name was. Dr. Mystery.
Doctor what?
Mystery.
Mystery?
Yep.
Oh, Lord.
And in 2015, I had my 12th surgery.
Damn. That's quite a few.
Now wait a minute, Moose. We first hear about the derailment, and then there's one in Mexico, so that's 2. And then you say Ohio, Texas, and Louisiana, so that would be 5. But then you say you don't.
Okay, Jan.
But you don't know what the last 3 are. So wait a minute.
Help
Did you
us.
forget to count?
Help us out, Sly. She's there in chat too. Last crash was in 2021. This must have just been a list of 7 train crashes or derailments in recent times or something. I don't know.
I don't know. Remember, there was that bunch a few years ago where the conductors were driving too fast. There was that bunch of crashes. I forget what year that was. Shoot, I don't remember where I was. So,
Hey, good to see you, man. How are you doing today?
please get them. Give me that.
It's many people have had this quick in my stream.
Yeah,
That's
I was
early.
looking at the time. I'm like, did time change or something and we not know about it? Or all you guys like 2-3 hours
This
away?
is only 5 of the. This is only five of the babies.
Aw, they're so cute.
And they're
Headed to
so
work,
quiet.
slaving
I
away.
love it. What's that,
Good
Larry?
luck, Herb.
Oh, Irv said he's headed to work, slaving away. I was going to tell him to make me some money, damn it.
Have a safe travel to work and back.
That's welfare, Larry. Sorry. No money for two.
That's welfare Jack.
Oh, welfare Jack. That's right. I'm sorry. It's hard for me to keep up with the names. Because we had to add Dirty Larry to the books.
I have an alter ego on the CB radio, and my alter ego is welfare Jack. And I'll get up in the mornings and I'll say, "All right, you lazy son of a bitches, it's time to get your lazy ass up out of bed, go to work, bring in those tax dollars, and make good old welfare Jack some fucking money."
That is freaking funny. Do you hear that, Kyle Jr.? Who is that?
He would
That's my
get
friend
really
Larry.
graphic sometimes. So I would be like, can you like do that when I'm not here? I'm like,
Well, it's
"Yes."
funny. I actually had a bounty on my head for a long time from the truckers.
I believed it too. Yeah, I believe it.
Well, what's really even funnier is half the truckers hated me and wanted to kill me, and the other half thought it was funnier than fuck.
Yep. Yep. It is funny. It's just you use
I
wrong.
don't know. The very first time I got on a CB, I needed directions. And some of those people were just wow.
Uh-huh.
We're definitely a different breed.
Yeah.
There were some nice guys that definitely shut down the not so nice guys, from
Yes.
trying to give me misinformation and stuff.
Oh shit.
They were probably trying to lead you to their house.
They probably were.
I'm willing to bet they
or their truck stop they were at.
Yep.
Then my old man became a trucker of animals. And then he told me even worse, like he told me what lot lizards were. I didn't know what that was.
I can think of, yeah.
Like the poor guys that don't partake in that really suffer because the women that run these lots just are incessant and will not, they have to put signs up on their door like, knock here again and see what happens.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just to have a good night's sleep because they bother all the truckers.
Yeah. My uncle drove truck up until just a little, maybe a year and a half. No, about 5 years now, because he retired after grandma and grandpa died. But man, he was a Hell's Angel and a truck driver. Try and go for that one.
Shit.
Then he met a woman who settled him down. If you could believe that one.
Wow.
Oh yeah. But she's an honoring one. We love her to death. She's awesome.
Somebody trying to tell me.
Look what we got Mary going.
What's going on?
She can't see him.
Oh, Buster.
Hold on, let me look. comments.
Here comes. What's this thing? It's not light yet.
He's wanting outside, and we're telling him it's too dark.
Your dog can't spell.
I like the dog.
Mine can. Of course he wants out.
So what's the difference? Oh, a collision, that means two of them, or the train collided.
Two things collide, right?
Yeah, I mean they collided or something.
Yeah. Yeah, it like a car or truck or another train. But it's got to say collision. Yeah, see, I still don't even know what did that one that set off all that derailment and those chemicals. I have
Right.
no idea what started it.
See, that's what scares me is we got that train track that's like a block from us.
Yep.
And like I said, it's both freight trains and passengers trains. So if one of those freight trains came by and fucking derailed, depending on what's on it, we could be history.
Yeah, that is super scary. I grew up in a town that not only had multiple rails, but it had the turnabout. You know what the turnabout is?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So we had the turnabout, multiple rails, and luckily none ever happened. But I lived on the other side of the track, probably about at the end of one block away from the tracks.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, super scary, super scary. Well, we didn't hear about derailments back then like we do now, though.
Oh, no. No.
Sometimes the trains will come and I swear they're about a mile away, and we can hear and feel the ground go thump, thump,
Oh, yeah.
thump, thump,
Yep.
thump, thump,
Vibrating.
thump, thump.
Yep.
And I think, God, that's got to be a lot of fucking weight to make the whole ground shake like that. And I'm like, what the fuck would happen if those fuckers derailed? Because the houses are probably only like maybe 50 feet from the tracks.
If that.
If
That
that.
creeps me out because the only thing I know to cause something to make a noise like that, we have a highway in New York called 84, and before they blacktopped it, they put in sections. And every time you went to another section driving, it would go da-dun, 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 da-dun.
Well, I'm sure
Yep.
I'm sure that noise
Oh,
is
yeah.
where the tracks join together.
Well, that's creepy. That means that one car is falling into another track. Like it's not a smooth transition.
Right.
Yep. That's not good.
No, it's not. That's a little creepy. I mean, it was creepy when the car did it. I can't imagine living next to the tracks and they're going faster. So in my hometown, they all had to go slow by the time they hit the city. You know what I'm saying? And to get near the turnaround.
Yeah.
But the trains you're dealing with,
Don't slow down.
no, they hit the horn and say, "Get the hell out of the way."
That's it.
That's pretty much it. And they only hit the horn because they have to, just in case there's homeless on the tracks. Because they
Right.
sleep in their tents back there. So, but I'm sorry, you don't have to honk that horn for a mile before, during the mile in this area, and the mile after.
Maybe if I stare at the door, they'll get a clue.
Nope. Quit looking at your dog. Quit talking about it. You don't know nothing.
When my dogs tried it, you heard me. Good luck, Charlie. You went out at midnight. I ain't gotta let you out right now. So I train my dogs because I live so far from town. From the time they start pottying, I train them to hold it.
Mm-hmm.
So my dog that passed Buster, and my dog Socks. I think one time I was accidentally gone like 11 hours. Nobody pooped or peed in the house.
Mhm.
But by choice. I want it to be their choice. So I want to set them up to be able to make the choice that I don't want to do this here. Or like Buster had an accident, and you know what he did in his old age? He went into the bathroom.
I forgot to tell Larry this, but now that you've said that, we put there. I get them as incontinence, like pads that you put down. They look just like puppy pads, actually. You know, for to go underneath places where I sit or whatever, in case I have an accident. Which I don't. But anyways, I get them sent to me every month. Well, we put them down on the floor too, and if Zeus has an accident, he'll go on that.
Nice.
But you know what he did? He pooped and peed in the cat's box.
Nice. Even nicer.
Even nicer, yeah, but boy, did it piss off 3 cats. They shit all
Oh,
around the cat box.
and he's a big dog, so.
My male cat kept trying to cover up his poop and then sniffing like, God. Oh, it's funny. I'm like, do I need a cat box for the cats and the dog?
You know what my dog Buster did? One day I was going through all the paperwork in the house. I was being audited by the government. And yeah, a private person gets audited by the government too. I had no business of any kind, but I got audited. So I put all the shit paper in the middle, you know, like the advertisements you forget to throw away, you know, that gets caught in your filing and shit. But I had to go pick up the kids, and I guess I didn't realize I didn't let Buster out that morning because I was trying to gather all this information. Buster went onto the pile of papers and pooped on the papers.
Is that a good or bad thing?
That's a great thing. Like he did not want to. That's what I'm saying. When you give the dogs a choice, they don't want to poop where they have lounge about and you know what I'm saying, have comfort.
Nope. You don't shit where you eat.
Well, these
That's
puppies
the
are
saying,
not
you know.
the same. This is how we got on the conversation. Anna, this second litter, I hope we can find really loving homes for them because they deserve it with how their mama was with them. But she
Right.
didn't keep them warm. She wasn't
Oh,
consistently cleaning them. Like it really, like I had to jump up and be like, okay, I'm done. I'm gonna take over this, taking care of the babies.
I
So
saw
they're
something.
all healthy and everything now,
I
but
swear I seen
they
something.
walk on their poop.
They walk on their poop?
Yep, they won't poop on their sleeping area, but
Okay.
they walk. They go to the puppy pad. And it's a giant cage. They poop on the puppy pad, and they go back to sleep. But they won't like avoid each other's poop. Like the first litter would avoid each other's poop.
That's okay. My dog, he'll be walking somewhere and he'll step in another dog's poop at my house and I'm, around my area and I'm like, really? You smelt it, you knew it was there, and then you stepped on it. Good job.
Okay, so you've had that experience with other dogs.
I had a dog who absolutely, no matter what we tried or anybody else tried, could not potty train it for anywhere other than in the crate.
Really?
And he was 9 pounds at nine, or he was 95 pounds at 9 months.
Holy shit, that's a big dog.
Just a little bit. Yeah.
Wow. Well, that's what I'm afraid is going to happen because we're in the middle of winter. We can't take 11 dogs in and outside 4 or 5 times a day.
No.
At least I physically can't. Like yesterday, I jumped up because I thought one of the dogs was going to fight. And I wrenched my back. My back hurt all day yesterday. And there's nothing I could do. There's nothing I could take for it.
Let's see. So, is there a possibility of splitting the puppies up amongst, like putting color ribbons around their neck or around the color they're wearing and having all of you split it up or something?
Well, what we were going to do, I didn't know the snowstorm was coming. What we were going to do was start utilizing one of the pens that we built to give them some outside time for them to learn. Like we're going to rake all the poop from the other dogs to one area so we could show the puppies we poop over here and we sleep over here.
Right.
Okay.
And now we got a snowstorm. So this is what happens in Colorado. You'll get 50, 60, maybe even 70-degree temperatures. The flies came out over the weekend, guys. And now we're back to winter again.
Uh,
And we're
Yeah.
supposed to get like 8 to 10 inches.
I can tell you exactly how you wrenched your back out because I seen you do it. You jumped straight up, about halfway straight up, and then you went and turned to the left
Ooh.
to go get the
Yep.
dog, and that's when it happened because it was like
Oh.
what?
Oh.
That's exactly what happened. Like with my type of back injury, if I can pull, I can push, but when I turn, I have to use my feet to turn. I
Yeah.
Yeah,
can't use my hip area to turn in any way.
you didn't do that yesterday. You just turned the upper part of your body and did. It
Yep.
was kind of a twist turn. I don't know. I saw it and I'm like, oh, she's gonna be hurting later.
Gonna feel that one.
And of course, I didn't say nothing because I didn't want to put that thought into your head.
Well, the cool thing is when I wrench it like that, like I'll know I wrenched it, but the intensity of the pain won't come immediately. Like it kind of ebbs and flows because it's a nerve pain.
Yep.
It's my nerves going out both sides of my out of the base of my spine to my legs. They're
Uh-huh.
both being pinched.
Wow.
And the doctors say there's nothing they can do about it, but they say that because I won't take their opiates.
Yeah. Hey, Nubs. Good to see you, man.
Because
Hey, Nubs, what's up, dude?
hey Nubs, because they want you to do other things and get you hooked on that too, but they say they don't want you hooked on that. But they want other things to be tried first before surgery.
Yeah, shots and stuff.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I
But
tried the shot stuff too.
I
I got a doctor fired. He was so bad
good
because
job.
he it was almost like he put the freaking instead of putting the needle next to the nerve
Uh-huh.
where the medicine needs to be, he nailed the nerve with a freaking needle. That's my left side. It used to be that my right side was worse than my left side, but after he did that, now my left side, it almost like your nerves are supposed to be plump
Yeah.
and it's supposed to look like a seven. Here, let me get the light. A seven, and it's supposed to be plump. Well, mine looks like my hand.
Yeah.
It will adjust.
You say pain, tickle, tickle,
It's just a
pain,
black
tickle,
blob
tickle.
now.
Your nerve or your disc?
My nerves, the disc are other issues. The way my neck doctor told me, so I went to my neck doctor for the checkup after the surgery that got me walking again. And I
Okay.
said, hey, doc, so I'm going to be moving out of state. You did me a great service. You got me walking again. You talked to me in truth and respect. So I just want to know what should I expect from the next doctor as far as my lower back? And he's like, well,
Nothing.
that's not going to be a straightforward fix. And I'm like, crap, if you're a sports medicine doctor and you're hesitating, you know what I'm saying?
Did he tell you why?
The why is because the nerves is a different problem than the discs.
Okay.
So the nerves are primarily damaged from the childhood abuse, physical
Right.
abuse, beatings, belts, wood. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yes.
different than the disc abuse. The disc issue is from me lifting and turning and falling, having babies. So that's why it's not straightforward because they could fix the disc and make the nerves worse, or fix the nerves and make the discs worse because it's not like all one great big surgery, I guess.
Right.
Have
But
you
because nobody wants to be straight, now I don't even want the surgery, and I've used marijuana to train my body how to deal with the pain. I sit more, I rest more, I don't lift stuff, you know what I'm saying?
you don't do really body awkward stuff?
Right, right. Like I'm a dancer, and people don't know. It's just like not a professional dancer. Like I love to dance through my housework. You know what I'm saying? Get a good song
Yep.
on, dance with my babies. I
Boogie.
can't dance anymore, and it kills me.
Yep. I go
My
like
bad.
this to the song, and I'm like 2 seconds in, and I'm like, all right.
Yeah, I'll
Oh,
pick up
you
my
know what?
grandbaby because I know my time is limited with it. So my daughters would be like, "Don't do that," and I have to remind them my time's limited. I have to enjoy it while I have it. I'm not abusing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what's funny is like yesterday, I was doing something in the kitchen and she goes, "Baby, I'm gonna twerk for you." And I go, "No, you're not." I said, "You go and twerk for me. You're gonna throw your fucking back out, and then we ain't gonna be able to do nothing, and I'm gonna be pissed."
Yep, for about 6 to 8 weeks.
And I said, okay, I'll just lean over the hamper basket then.
Right.
We compromised. But I'm able to fit in these new size jeans, so
I
I'm still
haven't worn jeans in
relaxed.
years because of it. I can't wear jeans.
Yeah, my back, I don't know. And I have to wear high rise jeans. I can't
Yep.
wear the ones, the muffin topper oneies. Yeah,
The,
forget that.
the hip huggers or whatever they're called. Low rides.
Low
Yeah.
rise. Yeah, I call them muffin toppers because that's
Do
what
you
it
know what?
does.
My unfortunate experiences being a tall girl, they didn't really make tall girl jeans until the mid 80s. Maybe I could afford them in the late 80s. So that meant for most of my schooling and teen years, I was wearing either dresses or sweatpants or or high water pants because they didn't even go to my ankles.
Yeah.
Close it up. Well, I have the opposite problem. Not as bad as my mom has it. Because she was 5 foot flat. Now she's 4'11". So
Yeah,
they
yeah.
didn't make short shit pants either. So guess what capris were?
You know
Those
what? When they first came out with capris, I'm like, those aren't capris. They're pants
shorts.
for shorter people. What are you doing?
Yeah, yeah. But now they've come out with different lengths now, which is awesome.
Well, now that I'm older, guess what? I can't wear jeans. The only thing I can wear are sweat clothes or dresses.
I believe it. I believe it.
And I'm building a homestead. I am not wearing a dress until at least my house and until the work is mostly done, you know?
Well, if the neighbors can't see and the kids are at school, well,
Mm,
hey.
not anymore.
Well,
My last baby's turning 18 in October.
my baby's 25 in April, so yeah.
My middle child is in her last teen years. I told her, live it up because when you turn 20, there ain't no more crying. There ain't no more. You gotta suck it up and be an adult.
Oh, you let him go till 20? Oh, actual like teen years.
Actual teen years, teen crying, teen behavior, teen choices. Listen,
Okay.
I'm having a conversation. It has nothing to do with you. I did it with all my kids. Even my special needs child will be told, well, you're 19 now, bud. This is your last year, really, in your youth. You got to live it up. You got to enjoy what you can because when you turn 20, we are going to expect you to be able to suck them tears back up in them eyes and be able to move on.
Suck it up, and if you're staying home, you're going to school or college.
Suck it up, Buttercup.
Well, Vinci will forever live with us, so that's something
Well,
we've always known.
that's a given, yeah.
Yeah. So, but he has jobs, and he knows he has jobs, and right now he is being a teenager, mood swings up and down. You know.
Yep, and they say girls are worse, huh?
I'm gonna tell you from experience, emotionally, my Down syndrome, autistic, partially verbal son is emotionally easier to deal with than my average, typical teenage girls.
Damn.
My girls were harder to raise than my boys were.
Yep, yep, yep,
Girls,
yep.
I think girls are more devious.
Oh man.
Well, I wasn't going to use that term. I was just going to say that
That's not
they
even.
don't. Okay, boys will go through their stages and grow out of the stages, where girls, they don't necessarily grow out of the stage, but change the behavior for the age. So the brat attack at 2 would have them on the floor. The brat attack at 5 would be them saying no, no, no to mom. The brat attack at 10 would be slamming doors. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
right.
So they get progressively worse until
Before they
they
get
stop
better.
doing it.
Yeah.
They
But
stopped doing it.
well,
Any of
I
it?
mean, they stop. No, not that they stop doing it. They stop escalating.
yeah.
So when my middle child was 2.5, probably going on 3, um, she she tried it out for the first time in a
I
store in
remember.
the mall. She wanted to cry and scream and have a brat attack, and she
That's
failed to
right.
realize that her dad was not away from me. He was in the store right next to me. So I said to the cashier, "Can you hold on a moment?" And I put her over my shoulder, walked out of the store, walked up to dad. "Here you go. I'll take Vincy. I got to exchange to finish over here." And she never, ever, ever threw herself on the floor after that.
Look, do you see what Nubs says?
Um, if you slam doors in my house, yes, exactly that.
That's what
Nubs,
we
my
did.
first child lost her first door. Yep.
You can't do that because we're required. You have to give us privacy.
So,
Really?
well, you
Go
know
to the
what I
bathroom.
did? You know what I did in that sense, Anna, because I always try to think when I discipline my kids, what would the state say? Because we all have to battle the state, you know what I'm saying? So
My
I'm like,
family,
okay,
some people
all
do.
right,
Yeah.
we get to Colorado, and my son wants and daughter wants to slam the doors. Oh, well, I'm going to show you, I'm going to teach you right now how to shut a door properly.
There you
And
go.
so we went for 15 to 20 minutes on learning how to shut a door properly. And if you never want to have this conversation again, awesome. Don't ever slam my doors
Yeah.
because I hate that. I really hate. I have done it. So don't let me put that disclaimer in it. I have let myself get out of control in anger where I've slammed the door.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
then I admonish
Yep.
myself and say, if you don't want to see it, don't do it, dummy.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
go ahead, Anna.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a touchy situation because I've heard a lot of people have issues with CPS these days because kids are like calling left and right, my mom and dad, da 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 da, and they're just like, all right, we'll check the house, da 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 da. But most of them are unfounded or whatever. And me, I'm just like, you know what? Here's the phone. You want to call them or do you want me to? No, okay, you call them. Cool. Don't forget your address, phone number. I don't have phone. You don't know your address? Bitch, better walk outside the street, look at the number on the house, and go walk down the street and get the street name. Oh, okay.
Mm.
We went through this, and then finally the lady she tells my son to give the phone back to me, and she goes, "You're fine. Don't worry about it." She's like, "This kid's a pain in the ass." She's like, just she goes, "Just tell him to go to bed or something." I said, "Okay, there you go.
My
Privacy,
cousin
privacy.
has,
Go to the bathroom."
put your seatbelts on. My cousin has 10 kids.
Oh, oh.
And
Mm.
probably 3 or 4 of them has tried that stick on her.
Oh yeah, easy. My daughter threatened, and I said, "Good luck. Here you go."
Mm, well, she would make them go to school. So they would go to school and then they would tell lies at school. And of course, a required reporter, once hearing something like that, is required to report that, true or
Yeah.
not. So she
Yep.
would have CPS knocking on her door, like out of nowhere. She's a great mom. She works and she raises her kids, except she lacks some disciplinary tools is only the only thing that I can say.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
CPS would always walk away because there was never anything on her. But yeah, man, at least three of her kids have tried that shit on her. Oh my goodness.
Which is crazy because the ones that are usually really, really beat are the ones that hide it the most.
Yes.
I know I did.
No one knew what we were going through. And then when investigators finally knew, that man made it his mission to go after my father only to burn himself out because of the system we live under doesn't really support burning the perpetrator, right?
Yeah. Well, the officer wound up. I walked out of the questioning room and whatnot, and I was very humiliated and stuff. Anyways, because they took pictures of the injuries and whatnot. And an officer behind the counter was sitting there with both my parents. It says, "Sounds like parent abuse to me."
Exactly.
I was 10.
Exactly. Mm,
My kids were jerks, but at some point, no, never
yeah.
was I ever. Mm,
hmm
no.
I had very similar experience with the system, Anna. They even threatened my parents, and my parents were not even smart. They just moved out of town for a month and moved back in, and nobody did a dang thing. So, as far as I'm concerned, the system is definitely not rigged for the rest of the people. I mean, there's no other way to put it.
Now, I was trying to hide it and keep it, quiet, but my best friend was like, "Why aren't you sitting back in your chair and why, this and
hmm
that?" And I'm like, "Don't worry about it." Well, when we were in gym class, she's seen the bruises on my back and stuff, and yeah, and she turned it in to the nurse. And then the nurse called the police, and then I got picked up by the police and taken to the station, and there we go. Sounds like parent abuse to me. Okay.
The whole police thing is such a shit show.
It really made me fail. I mean, I was feeling already, you know,
Oh
embarrassed
God.
and ashamed and everything from
Oh my God. What the
him
Yo,
to.
yo, Anna, they made me take a freaking lie detector test. And I'm like, you had my parent dead to rights on abuse just 3 years ago. How are you making me take a lie detector test? Yep.
Wow.
And then never prosecuted him.
Ugh. Second
Figured.
round. What?
Yeah.
Tomorrow, millions of Social Security recipients will. What company is that from? The Sun?
Supposedly we're getting $4,555 payments tomorrow.
No way, PJ.
I
Who?
think
What's the news agency?
it says The Sun. I think no.
Yeah, the Sun, U.S. Sun.
It's $4,555 total for everybody, all included.
That's all still like 300 more a month.
No, I'm saying 4,500 total across the U.S.
Oh,
because that'd be a little more accurate. That's right. My house, my rule, nubs. You got
well,
it.
that's funny. Is I've been seeing these ads on this damn news thing ever since the very first damn checks that we got. Ever since it's been nonstop. Oh, you're gonna get a check this week for this. Oh, you're gonna get a check that week for this.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just I've seen probably 1,000 different ad saying, "Oh, we're gonna get all this fucking money," and if I got half the fucking money they said we were gonna be getting, I could fucking own a goddamn nice piece of fucking property now with all that fucking money.
Damn
So
right.
Larry, through that whole thing, everybody kept telling me, like all the sheep of the system kept telling me,
Keep it
you
in
need to file the tax these just go file
Yeah.
your taxes and you'll get it. And I'm like, no, I didn't. I set myself up in Colorado to not have to do that.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna do it. But you need money. Yeah, of course I need money. But I'm not selling my soul for that. I don't need money that bad. If I don't need to file taxes and they know where I am, why do I need to file a piece of paper to get the same monies that everyone else is getting?
Gee, she's smart, isn't she?
I ain't never signed it, never
Ask
filed it.
questions though. Yep.
And
Oh
all
yeah.
these people are like, they push you. You could tell who's a sheep. You could tell exactly who a sheep is. Go get it. You deserve that money. Go get it. Yeah, I deserve a lot more in life. That doesn't mean I'm going to sign up for a bunch of shit.
Oh wait. Okay, let's back up for a second here. We were talking about your low back surgery or whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, look, there's this thing. It's called RFTC. It's called similar things. It's radio frequency thermal coagulation. So cauterizing, basically. Okay. They go above where the nerve is pinched or injured, going, towards the spine or whatever, and
Right.
they cauterize it, and the nerve will regrow back in a whole new direction.
Yes, that I do believe I've heard of that. But using that philosophy, if
Mm-hmm.
I just trained my brain to react differently to pain, then I'm doing the same thing. I'm making my nerves go around a certain section of my body because a nerve is failing. I can still feel my nerves are pinched. Like I said, they should be fat
Mm-hmm.
and they're like this.
Okay.
I get like stabs in my toes every now and then. Nothing stabbing my toe. I'm looking at my toe. I'm like, nothing is stabbing my toe. Why does
Yeah.
it feel like somebody got a needle in my toe? That's my body
Oh.
making a different way around those nerves. Not saying it's going to get 100%. I'm not going to be able to hike the way I used to. I sure as hell can't dance. You know what I'm saying? But pain wise, I'm figuring my way around that because I don't know. I had sinus surgery. They were supposed to cauterize before they were done with the sinus surgery, and it was not like deviated septum. Like they had to clean out all the quadrants of my sinuses because nothing was working.
Yep.
When they took the packing out, the doctor's like, "Don't sneeze or cough or blow your nose," and it weirded me out. Like, what do you mean? That's like the art
Yeah.
of human freaking living is.
Yeah. It's like that's kind
You
of
know what
hard
I'm
to do, but
saying?
okay. Yeah.
By
No.
the time I got home, and I had to go home because I couldn't set up someone to get my child from school in time because the doctor's appointment was supposed to be 15 minutes and it was an hour and a half, and he wasn't telling me what was going on. So I run home, but as I'm in the car, as soon as I get to the main road that gets me home, my body like makes me cough.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So the blood just comes squirting out of my freaking nose.
From
Well,
the
I
pressure.
still have to go home. I don't have a choice. I'm
Yep.
driving with all these paper towels under my nose.
God.
Get, the girl
Oh.
that's with me does not have a driver's license, so this is why I didn't have a babysitter. So I'm like, you go to the school and get my kid, and I'm gonna go stand over the toilet and bleed in the toilet, and call the police station, which was opposite the school because I was in the city.
Right.
I said to the officers, I'm hemorrhaging. I have a driver with me, but she's just got like her permit, and I'm wondering if you could escort us back to the hospital because it's 45 minutes away.
Shit.
And they're like, nope, call 911.
And did
So
they
now
tell
I'm
you to flip your head upside down?
no, because the blood was coming out too bad. Like it was literally pouring out my nose.
Damn.
So I called 911, explained to them the same situation. They get there. Luckily, there was an ambulance close by, so they get there within minutes.
Nice.
They're literally horrified. It's hard to horrify ambulance workers, right?
Yeah, they've seen quite a bit.
So they start coming out with like this absorbent,
Yeah.
like stuff, but they also give me a bio bag because the bleeding was so bad, and they knew I could not put my head up, not in the position I was in, at least. So they get me all the way out, and I'm sitting on the gurney in the hospital. The doctor comes rushing in. He's scrubbing up, doing all this with soap, and he peeks his head out the door, and I'm still bleeding. This is 20 minutes later. He's like, "You're not gonna die. I swear. You. I just have to cauterize this thing." Well, come to find out, the whole time in the freaking office, my bleeding was uncontrolled and he wasn't telling me because he had shit over my face. And I should have gone to the hospital, not to go pick up my kid because I lost so much blood. Like I was moments from a transfusion. I lost so much blood in that decision making process.
What town was this? Because I need to avoid that one. I'm allergic to idiots.
It was in New York, so you're all good.
I'm gonna go visit one day, but not stay.
Yeah, I might go visit the Big Apple, but I ain't gonna fucking stay there.
No.
I lived in the Big Apple for 9 months. No, not 9 months, like 6 months. And it was indescribable. The road, this was on a base also.
That was
The
on a
road,
base too.
mm, the roaches, dude. And I was pregnant and I could not have my apartment sprayed. So guess where they all went? Oh, I was only like 20 years old, naive as hell. I didn't know what I was doing,
Would have
but boy,
been
I got mad as
horrified.
hell. I went down to that freaking naval office. I'm like, you already have his orders for his next deployment. So that means you can move me right now. And I want to be moved right now. Like what just happened on that army base was the most horrific thing I've ever experienced in my life. So when they went, they send movers. And the movers understood like they had to do a special moving process so as not to bring cockroaches with you.
Yeah, they like to hide in the cardboard boxes. They get in between the wafers.
Some of them won't even do it if they know you got roaches or whatever.
Well, it was like a military contract, I think.
I was gonna say, wait, but the military, they do
Yeah,
a
military
lot of things.
contract. Yep.
Oh yeah. And then part of the medical, the medical people, employees. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're something else, aren't they? Because they don't
I had
require
my daughter.
license.
They offered an OB on base, but I was like, nah. Something made me say, don't do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because, and I'm glad I didn't. Because all these years later, people lie so well. They're hired by the government to lie for them.
Yeah.
I have my son at the Naval Medical Center, San Diego, and I'll have to say they were amazing. They were absolutely amazing.
Well, even though I was Navy, I didn't experience Navy base or hospitals because the East Coast is full of Army, Air Force, with
in the
just the
north.
dotted bases. In New York, yeah, there was a naval base, but they didn't have room on it, so they put me on an army base.
Yeah, we had at Norfolk. My man was stationed in Norfolk at the time.
Yeah, big base there, right?
Oh yeah, big base. It was split in two. That's how big. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I don't know if Staten Island got bigger, but it was a pretty small base back in the early '90s.
Bigger base, more money, more people, more employees. Government throwing more money at them. All that good thing.
Yeah, yeah,
But we
yeah. Of
never saw the money. We
course
never
not.
saw it.
I mean, I like how they reduced the pay of their employees because they offered them housing. Housing, by the way, I wasn't Navy, so I wanted to remind you, housing that didn't include carpet, that was one shade of white, and if you changed it, you had to change it before moving out, not after.
Yep.
The rules and regulations, how often you have to mow. If you don't want to mow your backyard, then you have to put a privacy fence up. And you best fill in them holes when you take your privacy fence down, right?
That's right. Or they'll charge you to take it down. Or
And we're not
you're not
talking a
allowed
little
to
bit.
put one up,
We're not
period.
talking a little bit, guys. We're talking like, you know how they say, well, the military will pay, $2,000 for a toilet. That's a real freaking thing.
It
And they
is.
would overcharge its people, right? What was the fee? I think if you let your grass go, it was like $200 the first time.
Yeah, it was like $250 when I was dealing with it, yeah. And I'm
That's
like
ridiculous.
that's absurd. Yep. Oh yeah, they were something else, let me tell you.
Hmm.
Yeah. But they did not fuck anything up when it came to having my son at the San Diego base, the naval base. And it was, I would say, awesome. With the exception of, how we had to sign those things off that said
Yes.
that we wouldn't sue them and da 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 da
Yep.
da. And if we didn't sign it, we couldn't get treatment,
Yep.
right?
Yep. Yep.
So when I was having my son, I had like 15 people down there with me, because my son was big and brain malformation and stuff.
Mm.
And my husband was right there, and he goes, "Oh, everything's cute." And my husband looks at my uterus when they take it out to look under it and around it. He says, "Oh, it looks like a Cornish hen." So
He
up
did. Oh
top,
my God.
I did not notice all the fucking people up in the theater up above us. Had no clue.
Uh-uh.
There was at least 40 of them there. And the guy right in the middle says, "Oh, yeah, I'm hungry. That sounds good." And everybody went and stared at him like, holy shit. Did they just say that? The two of
Did
them?
he tell you they were doing that?
I didn't know about the theater.
Oh my God. That's what I mean by not trusting the military. I'm not saying the doctors, they were some of the best that I've ever, like, that gave me a standard that I know now that all the people are under. You know what I'm saying? Because we know the standard of medical in the military is very, very high.
Um, in my experience, it was it. They either set the standard for high or set the standard for low. Let me tell you,
Well, I got
depending on which
lucky
base you
because,
went to.
sorry, not to interrupt you. I just wanted to tell you where my experience came from was West Point, New York.
Okay, okay. We bounce back and forth. So, yeah.
So you experience, well, you had your son in the West Coast or the East Coast,
Yeah. San Diego, yeah, West Coast.
and how was the medical there then?
It was great. Never tell your OB doctor that you want somebody who is uglier than him to examine you.
Uh,
because apparently we flush down there too, kind of like guys do.
Uh-huh.
And the so-called nurse, doctor, whatever he was supposed to be, was at least 10 years younger than me and cute as hell. So I was like, can you help me out with this? You're not checking me out. You're not doing a pelvic exam. Oh, yeah. The oldest, ugliest motherfucker in the whole damn place. I swear they looked under a rock and found him. I said, well, you didn't have to go to that extent. Just watch what you asked for. Fair enough.
Well, so that makes me lucky then, because West Point is so prestigious, and I didn't know this at the time, but it's so prestigious that yeah, they would send their best doctors. It's like the naval place in near Washington D.C. that oversees the president. The best of the best is there, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But now, boy, the
No,
the,
they
the
send everybody away now.
huh?
They on the medical facilities now, um, like the Naval Medical Center San Diego,
Hmm.
that's only for active duty members now. It's not even for their spouses and kids.
What? No.
They did that years ago.
Here's the train.
Holy cow, no kidding. That is so messed up.
Oh, it's so fucked up. And they charge you to go for some reason somewhere else. Oh shit, this train's explosion is worse than. Oh, that's not a good plane crash. You just showed me this
Train,
thing. Oh,
train.
train. Excuse me, train. That looked not good. Yeah, they would force all the dependents on TRICARE, even after, like the retired ones. They'd promise, oh, we'll take care of you. You can always come here forever. And nope.
Hey, my 19-year-old made an excellent point, not to derail us and not to make a pun. I didn't, I didn't mean that, sorry. She made a really good point. Between gas, planes, and trains, it seems like they're going after the transportation era, area of America.
Well, that way, that's the easiest way to control us.
Hmm.
What? I'm lost. Hold on. What?
Well,
So
with gas, like I don't know about you guys' gas, but remember 6 months ago, and they're like saying, okay, now the gas is going to start going back down. Our gas went down maybe 50 cents and is up near $4 a gallon still.
Yeah, those are.
where are you again? Colorado?
Yeah.
We don't want to live there.
Well, it's 369, I think, here.
And it's 327 at my place.
It was the cheaper area. The cheaper of our two towns still has it at 3.95.
I
So
thought I was going to throw a party once it went under 4.
that's why I'm telling you, Larry. I need to get some solar panels and stuff because I'm over this gas price.
Oh, that reminds me. You know that in you know how I suggested, like for your home and stuff, to go to the higher voltage inverters.
Yes.
That one that you have now, that 12 volt, I would
Yeah.
save that for like the little stuff, like a gate opener or something, menial that doesn't draw much amperage, and then that way you can still utilize that system and not have to get really huge thick wire to carry all that amperage. If you got something that just draws a little bit of amperage, then you can use thinner wire and it won't cost you as much.
Right. That's the secondary reason why we want to do that too.
Right.
And also we're very near to the top of the hill of all the hills around us. So
You burn more gas. Ugh.
for the solar thing,
How
the
would you
more
get?
power you have running through the lines, and the more lines you have running around your house, the more of a target you make yourself when it comes to lightning and stuff.
Right.
Put up a lightning rod on each end of your trailer. You'll be fine.
I live on slate and shale, so I do have a copper ground going into the ground. But as far as the lightning rod, like I hope we don't have to have a professional do it. Like it's that
Oh,
hard of a ground.
they're pretty easy to put up, and then also
Yeah.
you can get lightning arresters on the panels themselves.
Well, that's what I wanted to start talking to you about. Like once I actually order the panels, I want to start ordering some of those things like what you're saying, like protectors for these things. Like remember I told you I was looking at inverters, not
Yeah.
inverters, the 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 line between the positive and the positive to connect the batteries, and you said you found one with the fuse in it.
Right.
That's why I was looking into that, the fuse part, having a fuse there, because then when it comes to surges from a lightning or anything like that, the fuse will go before the system goes.
Right.
Right.
Well, on
Yes.
your bigger systems, what you'll have a junction panel that has circuit breakers built into it that your solar will go to, and then it goes from there to your battery, and your battery usually will have a on and off switch too. So you'll end up with like anywhere between 3 and 4 breakers, depending on how safe you want it to be or how redundant you want it to be. But
Well, we got to be pretty safe because we live in a high fire zone. So our fire level rarely goes below yellow.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, below
Oh,
yellow.
one thing I was going to think about too is the only problem you might have with uh, getting a pallet of panels delivered is they have to bring them on a lift truck
Oh, that can get up here.
that can get up there. Okay.
Okay.
We just have to time it so that it's during the dry period.
Right, right.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. It'd have to be in the summertime sometime, and
Well, it
And
depends on monsoon rains. I might have to actually wait until like October to do it.
well, if nothing else, I was thinking they could just maybe drop them off like at the end of your driveway, and then you guys go pick them up from there.
if you have
Right,
like,
right. Well, that's probably what we'll wind up having to do anyway, because our driveway is windy around the trees that we have.
Yeah.
But I've had a truck with a trailer come all the way up into here.
oh well, then that should work.
As long as it's dry and we give them a direct route,
Yeah.
they should be able to drop it off right here on the hill.
Right.
But you're right, that is a factor. And the first year we moved in, I was gonna you guys might laugh about this in the end. I am a researcher by nature. So anytime I go anywhere, I look at the weather patterns, I look at the economy, where things are located. So
I
I
do.
thought I had a good grasp on what to expect in Colorado. Only 2017 was a very unusual year. So we moved in at end of March. And we're thinking like sea level, the end of March, you're coming out of like winter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not here.
Not
Um,
here either that year.
oh, okay. So what happened to me was we moved here, 18 inches of snow fell. And this is slippery to come up and down the hill. So then that melted in a week. And then a week later, 18 inches of snow fell. And that happened like 2 or 3 times. And that budded right up to spring rains. And the spring rains were so significant that I went to one of my areas where I could look over the valley.
Uh,
And in the valley was like a 40-foot wide river.
oh,
And I said to everybody who lived here, okay, note to occupants, no one's allowed to live in the valley because
oh,
when that gets flooded, it floods all the way.
oh.
So we were stuck for like
That would
four
probably be
months.
a good thing. Yeah. that you learned it right away.
Right away. Like what the first year we lived here, when everybody could bullshit all the way to town and back. But once I got on a muddy road, it was shh. Mom needs to concentrate.
That sounded like me when we moved to Virginia.
Pay attention, or attention might pay to you.
Yeah, because it's clay. Even though we live on slate and stuff, when this clay gets wet, it's worse than black ice.
Yeah, it's slippery shit.
I mean,
Yeah.
I thought I came prepared. I had a lifted truck. It was 4-wheel drive, but I did not know because when I came to see the land, it was dry. So there was no rain to know how slippery the roads were, you know.
Yeah.
We got here. We had to leave the U-Haul at the bottom of the hill because it slid off the road for 2 days for the road to firm back up because you could drive it right back out once the road firmed back up.
Right. Damn.
But it was oh man, we were slip sliding away. 4-wheel drive doesn't help when it's slick like that.
Uh-uh. Yeah, no. In Virginia, when we went there, May of, like, it was May 6th of 2002, or 2003, excuse me. Guess what? Yep. All the small cars thought that they could drive through the high water, make it through
Oh
this one
no.
place right where our apartment was. Oh no. We'd go out there and we'd push them back out again. And they'd get over to the side, and all these big trucks and this little ones would look at it like, oh, we can do that too. No, we can't. It was a nightmare. Constantly a nightmare. And then it was freezing cold. And then, man, let me tell you, when I moved here to Oregon, they had just opened up their main highway that cut through from here to Idaho. Was it Idaho or Utah?
I don't know.
Highway 20 through all the way
Highway 20 up by your house.
Yeah,
That goes to Eastern Oregon.
I know, but what state is that after? Idaho. Right?
Yeah.
Idaho. See, I wasn't wrong. Sorry. I was making sure I had my states right. But, oh my God, if I did not have that highway have opened up for us, I would have had to either go back down through California and then back up. Down through Idaho and Nevada and stuff. It would have been a nightmare that way, or go way up into Washington and come all the way down. So we got lucky because we were told 3 days ahead of time that they closed it, and I've never seen snow so deep ever.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Oh, Larry's looking at a log cabin, an A-frame.
Look
Yeah,
at that. Look at inside too.
it's beautiful.
I remember it snowing in 85 in New York. And we were like 4 or 5 hours from Buffalo. So we didn't get lake effect like Buffalo does.
Oh, okay.
It snowed like 3 feet of snow. We had never seen anything like that in our entire life in that area. 3 feet of snow in one storm.
Yep. It was taller than my son, and he was 5'9" at the time.
Whew.
And then I never in my life seen trees this tall and this round. I was a palm tree girl.
Right.
California girl. You know, so where would I have ever seen big trees like that? Nowhere.
Mhm.
I was just in awe. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And I fell in love, and I've been here since. We're going to have a place here and a place, maybe Mexico, yeah? We're all talking about.
When are you winning the lotto? That's what I want to know. I want to know the date, time, and place so I can prepare for this.
We just need to save our checks, like 2 months of checks, and Warren Moose, we're on our way.
Yeah.
the right time of year.
The problem with saving 2 months of checks that there's never a check to save.
Not
Son
anymore.
of a party pooper.
But wait a minute, we're getting $4,300 by tomorrow, so I'll just use that $5,000 to put down on a piece of land.
Okay.
Shit, if only that were true. Hell.
Now she's a party pooper. Jeez. I'll never have
Well,
my
in Central Oregon, you can get land actually pretty fucking cheap.
and in Arizona
And in Colorado.
for like $100 a month.
I
Or
I got blessed because I won my Social Security case. So back pay was imminent.
yep.
So I looked online for vacant lands because I did not want another house sold to me on lies that would make my family sick. So two houses that happened. The first house was lead poison, and the second house was a poisonous well. So I looked for vacant land.
Okay.
I found this land. I said to the guy, I'm on Social Security, and I can tell you right now, there's no bank in this country that's going to work with anyone on Social Security. Even if it's permanent Social Security, they will not base a loan on it.
Right.
So here's my proposition. The land was $19,000 for 40 acres.
Okay.
So I said, I have $10,000 I can drop on the property,
What are you doing?
and I have cosigners. So my
Okay.
kid's father, my oldest daughter worked, and her husband worked. So I got the three cosigners to sign the papers. I gave them the 10 grand, and my mortgage payment to pay it off in 5 years was 200 and I think 35, $240. I don't remember exactly.
They have real good credit, huh?
Huh?
They had good credit.
No, I do not have good credit. I've been
No, they, your other cosigners.
not great, because we
Okay.
live by with the cash in our hands, so we don't do credit cards and stuff like that. So we had credit, but it wasn't great credit,
Right.
because they want to see you have credit cards to pay off nowadays. It's not the same as it was in the old times.
Yeah.
So because I got the cosigners, I still paid the mortgage myself. And he held the mortgage. So he didn't make me go to a bank. He held the mortgage for me, the person I bought it from. So it's about, for me personally, it was about praying for guidance.
Yeah.
It was about not listening to the side of comfort.
The what?
Side of comfort.
Side of comfort. Okay, so you didn't get too comfortable.
Right. And I didn't want to buy out of the comfort feeling.
Okay.
And I didn't let my desires rule my purse. So a lot of people will live beyond their means and say,
Yep.
yeah, well, I'll just pay $500 a month instead,
Do the 200 instead, man.
Right.
No.
And this past January, we celebrated 1 year without a mortgage.
Oh, yay. That's amazing.
And the system punished us. Don't get me wrong. The system punished us, but we anticipated that, because when you live outside the box they want you to be in, there's a consequence to that, right?
No way. Tell me it's not true.
I'd like to tell you it's not true, but
Explain that to me.
okay, so you know how the system, by the system I mean all the services the system offers. So my son and I are on SSI and disability.
Yes.
The kids were getting their own food stamps.
Mm-hmm.
and a part of my own disability because I, as the caretaker, was disabled. So last year, January was my last payment, which means when February comes and there's no payment, that's when I am to inform the system,
Yep.
right?
I'm getting you.
February came, and what I got in the mail was your son's stuff is being reduced, your food stamps are being reduced,
I
what else?
knew it.
Something else was being reduced. And I started getting mad, like, I only gained 240 some dollars a month. I didn't like win the lotto.
Because your
But
housing costs lowered or was eliminated. Yeah.
yep,
I'm
because of that fact.
like,
And so they had their hand in the honeypot way before my mortgage. I should have at least been able to inform them that I stopped paying before they did this, right?
yeah.
But February came, and so did all this paperwork from the system saying, well, this is reduced and this is reduced and this is reduced and that and this and that and this.
And your last payment was this month?
No, this happened last year.
Last year. Okay, so and your last payment came at the same time, huh?
My last payment came in January. They reduced my stuff in February. I did not want to do the appeal for a very specific reason that I'll explain to you.
Okay.
I tried to live within the means that they're saying. Now all three of these people have reduced my stuff, tried to live within those means, and through my bank account, I showed a negative for every month. So after 4 months, I called to every one of those social systems that I'm talking about,
Yeah.
and I said, this is what happened. You reduced this money, and I just want to ask you, did you also reduce that my daughter turned 18 and that I no longer receive that child support? And they're like, what? No, you're supposed to tell us. I'm like, no, no, no.
But they knew everything else.
That's what I said. Back your train up. You're the one that forced this process to happen. You did not allow me to inform you, which I would have informed you of both things, but you immediately took things away. So now I want a redetermination. And I forced all three things to do a redetermination on my case, my son's case. And after about 6 to 7 months, all the monies went back to where they were supposed to be.
Okay. After forever, right?
And they didn't back pay. They should have
Oh
back paid
no.
my son because my daughter lost her money from me on her 18th birthday. That next month, that money that she was getting, my son was supposed to get because it comes right from my disability case.
Right.
Okay.
So after 6 or 7 months, that should have required them to give Vincey a check for $600 to $700, and they refused to do that.
Yeah, I
Like,
got a fuck off letter too from my daughter's from from whatchamacallit, food stamps or child support. They sent me a letter saying, oh, by the way, your daughter's turning 18. If she wants to continue to pursue it, it's now a civil case and she has to pay all costs. I'm like, you knew where he was the whole time.
Well, that's
I'm
like
like, why didn't you do anything about it?
that's like before all this pandemic, I was getting $85 in food stamps. Okay, and that was up from, I think it was 35. It went up to 85.
Yeah.
And then it was like that for a while. And then when the pandemic came, they gave us that extra food stamps.
mm-hmm.
So altogether, I was getting $235 in food stamps,
which was
perfect. So then they gave us our raise. I got $125 cash raise. So then they reduced my food stamps from $85 down to $35,
And no
and
panic
then they take away the pandemic stamps, which was $185. So I gained $125 to lose $220.
But I will say he is lucky in the sense that he does not live in or on government housing, because my friends do, and all of that extra money they get from the raise, not the Peter Pan demic stuff,
Oh, sure. Oh.
the just from the raise goes to the apartments. They don't get
Huh.
anything from it because the raise is 1/3 of your income. So even if it raises, it still raises. So they don't get anything out of it.
When I
What?
got to Colorado, this is the one state that did not count me on food stamps. So in Colorado's mind, what I got on my disability paid for everything, including food. So the only food stamps I got was for my two kids. Every year they would shut them off. Every single stinking year. And I would have to go down there and fight them. They wouldn't be turned off because we no longer qualified. They wouldn't be turned off because I failed to report something. It was like one year it was, we don't know. We don't know what happened. Um,
Did you
Maybe
terminate?
something happened on your end. And I had to fight with them. The second year, they're like, well, we got a letter from Social Security saying your son no longer qualifies. And I'm in the office and I looked at my son and I looked at her and I'm like, does he look like he grew out of Down syndrome?
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, I just got his payment, so it's an obvious lie. And of course, they turned the card back on, but 3 times they did it to me. And every time they're acting like I'm fighting for something that doesn't belong to me. And then I would shoot them with, you're darn right it don't belong to me. That's my children's food stamps. You're messing with my children's food stamps. So that's why I'm fighting you so hard, because you're not messing with me, you're messing with my children.
That's right. That's when Mama comes out. Mm-mm.
I
Yep.
don't even play with that. I've told people throughout my whole life, yo, if you want to tango, we'll go outside and tango. You want to mess with my kids, and it's a war.
Oh yeah. That's when I say Mama Wolf comes out. Alpha Wolf.
A
No,
few people online mistaken me for a man, and one of my friends was like, "That's just because her mama bear energy is so strong."
I warn people, you don't want to see the other side of Gemini on me. You don't. Period.
Ooh, you're Gemini too, so you can literally have the exact opposite for your mama bear.
Oh man. I used to be aggressive, classified as, the shrinks do. Aggressive,
Hmm.
aggressive. But then I've learned to kill people with kindness
Yes.
and kill people quietly, not literally. You know what I mean? Just sometimes I just let karma do its thing. Damn, it's awesome.
You know what? I remind myself in my darkest moments that God's hand is mightier than mine.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I don't know why they would think you're a woman or a man, because you definitely look like a woman to me.
I've been called a man so many times in my life that it almost started developing something until I recognized what was going on.
It's probably because of your height to start with.
It's because I intimidate those that don't embrace their power the same way I do.
Yeah,
Oh.
a lot of us are forced to, though.
Yes.
Yeah, my good friend. Yeah, the raise she got, all of that plus another $20 for some reason. Don't know why. That plus another $20 got taken to pay for the apartment. And then her son turned 18 October 1st. So he was taken off the food stamps, and they didn't get a thingy saying, there, hey.
Right.
So then when she got her food stamps, she's like, what's going on? She got a lower rate because she was then on that higher income level.
Oh my goodness.
But the base pay went up, not,
Right.
they didn't change the, the oh my God. It
Well,
was
the
stupid.
biggest problem with us is they haven't increased the poverty level in, I think it's over 30 years in how much money. You know what I'm trying to say? They're saying the
Yeah,
poverty
they don't
level.
want to change it. That means they owe people a lot more money than what they're doing. They're forcefully making them live under in worse than impoverished.
Well, that's what my problem is they're saying I'm above poverty level. So basically, they're saying I have more than enough money to do whatever I need to do, so I don't need anything else.
But it's $180 to go see a doctor, huh?
I told the food stamp people straight up, for you all to act like the money I bring in is enough to live even a poor life in the state of Colorado is an absolute bull-faced lie.
Well, not only that, Isaiah is still in school. So
Mm,
for as long as he is in school, at least in the state of Oregon, California, Oregon and Virginia, all the ones I lived in, excuse me, not Oklahoma, um, they qualified for food stamps until then.
right.
Well, her husband won't work. He's a lazy piece of he's a piece of work. He won't work. So his excuse is that he stays home and watches the wife
Come on,
because
let's go.
she has to be watched or someone has to be around in case she falls or something.
Right.
That's been his excuse, but he's not her caregiver. Legally, you can't because that's your wife.
In the state of Colorado, you can.
Yeah, no, nowhere else I've ever been. Hey, when you say I do, you say for better or worse, right?
The state of Michigan is so crass and hardcore that when we tried to apply for a health aid after my cancer surgery, you know what they told me and my family?
Hmm.
That's what the family's for.
Yeah.
So they're supposed to quit their jobs. And what are our taxes for if we can't apply for something like that? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But they're even worse than that in Michigan. Like, I had one caseworker tell us after our children had survived, stay in the hospital. It was very, very serious. Um, we needed help fixing a vehicle. A vehicle broke down in the middle of uh, us visiting our children in the hospital.
Yeah.
So that one person would be stuck at the hospital now, and one person stuck at home with the healthy child at home.
Right.
So we applied for help to fix the vehicle, which the state offers.
Yeah.
The social worker looked me dead in my face and said, "Why don't you go ask your grandma for help?"
How'd they know Grandma made so much money?
I just looked her dead in the face and said, "I wish I could. She's dead."
Oh, damn. That's,
You know, like, I'm so sick of this crass nature of people thinking that everybody's got a rich grandma or a lone uncle that has nothing to do with his money just to go milk off of somebody else. What the hell are our taxes for then?
yeah. Oh,
I
see,
got that woman in big ass trouble. She after that she got so mad because I wouldn't put up with her crap that she got a you were overpaid thing on me.
oh,
Oh yeah. I
oh,
got my papers together. I
that
went
was,
into that freaking room with that social service. Like, they're not judges, but they are, right?
oh, they are. Yeah, you know they are.
Right. So I went in there. I opened my folder full of papers, and every time that freaking social worker opened her freaking mouth, I took it because I take a lot of notes on all my papers.
Yep.
No, Your Honor, 1 second. Let me get the paper from that day. Here you'll notice where I noted the things she said. That person looked at me and like, I wish every recipient would come into court the way you did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I think half the workers don't do their jobs.
See, what I was doing too is they were pulling crap like, oh, well, we're not showing you turned in the papers. Or you didn't answer your phone for the verbal what you call it, interview part,
Mm-hmm.
or oh, you didn't finish the second part of it. What second part? I filled out the paperwork you sent me and I sent it back, and I got pictures of it at the post office and video as I left it and they took it away. I even did it as I put the paper in, and oh man, everything. And I even had the postal person that took it sign my stub.
Holy
Oh
shit, were
man.
they looking at you with daggers in their eyes?
Oh yeah. What do you mean you didn't get it? Oh, there's a second part to it that we don't mail you. You mail that to us and then you have to call us for the other part.
Ah,
What are you talking about? Doesn't say
ah.
that nowhere. So they did the same thing to Larry this last year. So you have
Oh,
one top page and another page that's got the carbon on it that
yeah,
goes through to the other page. So there's 3 pages, but really only one needed, right? Because
right,
you don't get to keep one of those copies.
right.
So then you fill out the paper, and it seems actually, honestly, like that's all they need to know. Now, we don't have nothing to report, no
Right.
job, no anything. And then they're like, oh, no, you didn't get your food stamps or medical or whatever, yada, yada, yada. Oh, because you didn't call us and set up the other part of it. What fucking other part are you talking about? What more information do you need? I'm like, I don't understand.
They do that to trip people up. That's just to trip people up. That's all that is.
Yep, they did it with me, and I wound up on the phone for like an hour and a half with some guy that just turned out to be really cool, but dicked me over in the process because he didn't know, he was fairly new and he didn't know how to find out if he could give me my food stamp card number because mine
Mm,
had faded away so bad.
right,
And some things require that number that you sign up for,
right.
And he winds up, instead of just finding out if he could give me that number or not, he just reordered me a new card. Guess what that did? It shut off the old card.
Damn it.
Yeah, I didn't get it for like 2.5 weeks. I was pissed. I'm like, oh,
Right.
yeah. And so, but he was real cool and called me and apologized. He was like, I'm sorry, I didn't know it would do that.
Right. Hey, I have to get off real quick and call the old man and tell him it's snowing bad up here. See if he want what he wants to do.
I want to see. Send us some pictures or show us out some outside. All we see is sunlight. We can't believe you. So there.
All right, I'll get back on after I get in touch with him.
All
All
right.
right. We'll see you
All right,
later.
love you guys.
Love you.
And you didn't derail nothing, Moose. Stop that stuff. Hey, Nubs, how you doing?
What's up?
What's up, buddy?
How's everybody?
Hanging?
Oh, I show up and Mary leaves.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Scared her away one more time. See how you are, you scary man, you.
They're going to go play in the snow and leave the rest of us just.
God dang it.
I'm gonna go play with a sander. Does that count?
Hey, at least you're playing with something.
All right, fair enough. Good answer.
Well, a man's got to eat, so a man's got to work.
I was gonna say that's not as fun, but I don't know. I sanded Larry's metal table last summer, and I actually had a good time with it. I had fun.
I don't really mind it. Where my issue lies is the whole pride thing of working for another individual.
OCD kicks in.
No, honestly, what it boils down to is I am agitated that I don't have my own shit going on, so I've had to work for somebody else.
Gotcha.
So, in other words, I'm getting my own shit together, and sometimes I need a crutch. And if I can work off of somebody else's dollar or whatever, it is what it is.
Yes, it is, but at least there's work, period.
Oh, I might have got the bridge working again. It's down the
Yeah,
road.
I'll probably be working till I'm fucking like
Started working on it a couple days
dead.
ago. He just kind of left it for a while.
I'll show up to work the day after I die.
Get in my mood.
It was 25 degrees last night, honey. That's why it's 36.
Honey, it's been 30 something before and it still was 50. It's got a really good seal. I couldn't believe that. It'd be like 30 degrees outside. I'd open it up. It'd be 51 or something in the fridge.
Well, I thought he was having a blonde moment because he said that the outside fridge was actually what
36.
36, and I said, well, honey, because it was 25 degrees outside last night.
Our outside fridge is broken.
And
I'm very glad of it. It's above freezing. It's fucking awesome.
Well, that's what I was saying. Even when it was freezing outside before, it was still the fridge would be like almost 50 degrees inside the fridge.
That's when you prop it open and turn it off.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's what I told her. I said the seal on it and stuff's got to be really good because it actually keeps it warm.
yeah, if your real fridge breaks down, then you just stick everything in a cooler and throw it outside.
If we didn't have so many damn little critters, I would say that that'd be a great idea for us.
What do you mean? I'm looking at one big gigantic critter right as we speak.
Is that a hat or a do?
Hag.
Hag? I don't get it. I'm sorry.
Do you know what a dude actually is?
A do.
Oh, dude. No, this is a hat.
Do that. Do rag, actually. Okay.
I misunderstood
what
what
a
you're
dude
saying.
is.
Do you know what a dude is, though?
Yeah.
What is a dude?
It's fucking whale's penis.
It's the long hairs on an elephant's butt. The dude hairs.
Might be different spelling. What's
I
this?
could be wrong.
Well, the word dude, D-U-D-E, I remember looking it up once because I yelled at my son and told him never to call me that again.
Now you got her looking it up.
Of course.
I always, whenever I get a word like that, and I don't necessarily, I'm looking at the definition, but it really doesn't make sense. I go find my unabridged dictionary, and it normally gives me a whole different definition.
Yeah.
See, that's what's so fucked up. And why do they do that bullshit?
Well, that's why I have an unabridged dictionary.
But my point of view is a dictionary should be a dictionary. A dictionary is supposed to tell you the meaning of the word and how.
No. A dictionary defines a word. And what is a definition?
Well, to me, definition was the meaning. Maybe wrong word, but
No. The word definition is defined as the outline of something. It has nothing to do with the inside of it. Nothing whatsoever. It's how it is labeled on the outside. Much like a personality and a persona, the persona is it's never changing. So it's not the person. It's
but I understand what you're saying now.
Okay, I got you. According to the Oxford Languages Dictionary or whatever, dude, of course, we know is a man or a guy. And then they just said the verb, which is dress up elaborately, which we both know.
Yeah, that's not what that shit really actually means.
Yeah, this is dumb.
There was a movie that they made back in the 80s. I forgot what it was called. I think it was the 80s. But basically everything was switched, and like calling somebody an asshole was like a compliment, shit like that.
Yeah.
I forgot what it is, and everybody had like brand names on them, and it was, the movie was funny, but it's not funny when you look around and you see that shit. You know, like I wear brands all the time.
Yeah. I don't understand this. How about, we'll go deeper on this one.
I will say I wear specific brands because they offer specific things within the brand.
Yes. I agree.
You know, like I don't buy. I wear a lot of Under Armour and Columbia, and the reason for that is because they make phenomenal winter gear where it has reflective features that reflect your own body heat back.
My sister uses the same stuff for the same exact reason.
She uses what?
She uses the same stuff for the same reason, because she gets very cold very easy because she's hypogammaglobuline anemic as well, like I am. We get cold and too anemic. Anyway, she wears 3 layers, and her top layer is a scrub, and then the next layer is it's Under Armour. The next layer under that is a sports bra, and then her bra. So and then on top, yeah, she wears Columbia jackets. So yeah.
Yeah, I have an Under Armour.
Yep.
I very rarely do I ever pay. Shit, I don't remember the last time that I did pay full price for anything.
Right.
Because I don't go to those stores.
No, she don't either.
Like I'll go to the damn Goodwill and I'll spend $30-$40 and I'll come out with pants and shirts and
Goodwill. Yep.
I don't know.
Marshalls and what's those other places? TJ Maxx. Yeah. She won't pay full price for her shit either.
It's windy as fuck.
You can tell. How come your window's open?
What?
How come your window is open?
The window's not open.
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
I need to turn on the damn heat.
Oh,
Maybe it's your snow tires that we're hearing.
it could be your
I'm in my own airplane.
Yeah, there you go.
I know when I'm on mine, I have to turn down my vent, my heater vent thingy.
Well, right now I'm currently traveling down the freeway, and
Obviously.
I would probably leave before I'd adjust because I need to pay attention to what I'm doing, not what I'm saying. If
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, some people can't walk and chew gum at the same time either.
So I apologize for the inconvenience. Nevertheless,
Just don't ever let it happen again.
yeah, it'll happen again.
Damn it!
Damn it, Bobby!
He warned you.
That's right.
You're forewarned.
I was gonna say Scotty, but same difference.
Nope. Okay, so I wanted to look up what is the original meaning of the word dude.
Type in what is the unabridged meaning.
Unabridged.
Unabridged.
Okay. What is the unabridged meaning of dude?
Probably unabridged definition. Because meaning and definition have different aspects to them. One is more the essence, one is more the outline.
Colorful origins and meanings. Haha, let's see. We got the usual thing. Perhaps the
So what kind of job you doing today?
Oh, I'm going to do some sanding on some doors.
To repaint them or stain them or something?
Yeah, I guess he's doing some enamel. It saddens me because the amount of work that I put in to destroy all of this beautiful fucking woodwork, it's sickening. It really is. It's saddening because I'm looking at this woodwork and, dude, I'm telling you, there is crown molding that is done in 3 pieces with miter joints that follow accordingly, like it was cut as 1 piece.
Yep. Beautiful stuff. And
So
it's
what are
really,
God.
they're destroying all of that, or
Yeah, I'm sanding it all because they're having it all sprayed white.
oh my God.
oh, I hate that. I can't stand that. Oh man, my mom's like that. I want to paint those cabinets. They're solid oak. You don't want to paint them. No, you're not.
Like, don't get me wrong, there is definitely places to paint. Like, for instance, in a cabinet situation, paint the front, but restain the back to give it accent because it's fucking beautiful wood. I don't know.
Dad's just glad he stuck to his guns because she wanted at one point the kitchen cabinets bright red, like apple red. And then she changed her mind to this like ugly olive green. And then she's like, nah, I'll just go with white. She ain't painting shit.
Me myself, if I get a good piece of beautiful wood, I'd rather just put some shellac or something on it, just so it brings out the grain and just gives it a nice shine.
Oh, I love.
Don't get me wrong, there's definitely a place for, beautiful trim that's done in all white. And I don't disagree that there is applications, but you don't cover beautiful wood. You use the right material. Like the amount of money that they would have gotten had somebody come in and removed all this and sold it. I don't know. Like gorgeous woodworking.
I bought a 1923 Craftsman house, 3 bedroom, 1 bath, big house, 1,800 square foot in Oklahoma. Had a full basement, you name it. Those MFs before us that owned it painted all of the woodwork, pillars, edge work, frame, you name it. They painted it all. Looked like shit. So I was ripping it all off because I wanted to see that beauty shine.
When I was growing up, my parents they moved us into a 150-year-old Victorian and remodeled it.
That's my dream house, is a Victorian.
No, believe me, it's not. Believe me, it's not. Don't get me wrong, they're beautiful, but it is not worth it in any way, shape, or form. They're pretty, but they're pretty fucking difficult to maintain.
I didn't say I wanted an old one. I could build a new one with an elevator for me.
All I'm saying is if you have a Victorian of any kind, you better have a maid to go with it.
Oh, absolutely. That's my dream house, remember? So I have a dream maid. Of course. I gotta have a maid.
And the butler's name is Queeves. Wasn't it Queeves?
Jeez.
Jeeves, that's it.
Yeah, when I build, we're looking for some property right now with the business, and basically we're gonna find a piece that has enough property to build another house on. That way we can live in the one and build the second one, and then my business partner can move into the first one, and we can move into the second one.
Nice.
But basically, what I'm gonna do is it's gonna have certain rooms that are normally smaller that are gonna be much bigger, and yeah, like the bathroom.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the master bathroom is gonna be it's gonna be a master bathroom. It's gonna be bigger than the master bedroom.
It's going to be a master bath suite or whatever. I forget what that's called.
The other thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have the washer and dryer on the same level that all the bathrooms are on. And all the bathrooms are going to have your, basically the inside of the laundry room is going to be the backside of your bathrooms. So all your closetry goes in your bathrooms.
Why don't you have a laundry drop?
Well, it would eliminate the need for a laundry drop because your laundry system is behind the bathrooms.
Are we talking like a 2-story or 3-story?
It's probably going to be a 1-story.
That makes sense.
And so basically you'll have cabinetry behind or in the back wall of your bathroom.
Yep.
And that will house all your clothing. But in order to load the clothing, you'll load it from inside the laundry room on the back side.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, and then you just pass it through, right?
Yep, then there's a laundry drop instead of a laundry chute. You just put your dirty clothes back into the laundry, and so your dirty clothes don't make it out of your out of your bathroom, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, I've actually seen that happen before on a custom home where they did something like that, and that was amazing. I was like, damn, that's smart.
Yeah, to me, it's a fucking no-brainer. It's an absolutely no-brainer because that way you don't have to pick up clothes to bring them to the basement to pick them up and put them back in.
Yeah, some people say, oh, we got a dumbwaiter for that. Okay, but you're still doing the process there. So, yeah,
They don't really do laundry chutes anymore.
the newest fashion is to put them on like the second floor or whatever. Like if you got 2 stories, I'm like, laundry room on the second floor. The kitchen, you only use wash rags and hand towels. But the bathroom is where the heavy stuff is, and that's where clothes is in your bedroom. So put it all there.
That's about it.
Yeah. It's easier to bring the little stuff up from the kitchen than it is to bring all the other shit down and back up. So that's become popular. But we'll have a 1 story.
I don't know. When I build, there's gonna be some aspects of like a, not necessarily an industrial bathroom, but like a public restroom.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I gotcha.
There's just some things that are just straight up intelligent.
Well, yeah. And then you have a guest bathroom for those who are actually staying. And then you have maybe a what do they call it? Jack and Jill bathrooms.
Yeah, I've built the Jack and Jills. They're actually pretty nice. The one that I'm working in with this paint job. This is a really nice bathroom. It's set up really weird, but it's got the closet inside the bathroom, and then there's a little area for hand towels as well. It's very nicely done. Just not how I personally would do it.
Right. And then there's, of course, your
For one, there's way too much glass.
glass.
Yeah, the whole shower surround is all glass.
In a Jack and Jill?
No, for the shower surround.
Yeah, in the Jack and Jill bathroom, though.
In the bathroom itself. In the master part, not the
Okay.
his and hers part.
Okay, we get. I'm like, that's an idiot if you're gonna have glass like that in the kids' or whatever bathroom. Wow. Actually, me and my sister could have pulled it off because Mom was kind of a bitch about it all. And if we touched it and made fingerprints or dirtied it, we had to clean it up. If we left the light on, plugged in or something, it cost us a fortune. My mom was very white glove, so.
Yeah, my dad tried to pull that shit on me, and I told him, yeah, that ain't working for me. Never has, never will. Not saying I'm a dirty person by any means, but a little bit of mess does not bother me.
Right? There's an extent of what I can handle. I can't handle more clutter than I can some things.
Yeah, clutter definitely drives me nuts, but if it's like tools that are just stacked or whatever, I'm not worried about that shit. I'll toss my tools in however and pull them out however, and
But at least you put
I
them
don't
in
know.
a shed or something, right?
What's that?
At least you put them in like a garage or a shed all the time.
Oh, they're in my truck.
when they're not being used?
Yeah, they're in my truck. Yeah, they're my tools are, if you think about it, my tools in my hands, that's my livelihood. If I don't go to work, I don't fucking eat.
Yeah.
I hate that when that happens. Ruins my whole day.
Yeah, tell me about it. Especially
After,
when you smash the shit out of your fingers.
ooh, yeah.
Get to
Oh,
work the rest of that day with that fucked up finger, and it don't feel good.
yeah. Yep. Put a band-aid on it. Keep moving.
Bleed all over everything.
Oh no.
And it never seems to happen at the end of the day.
No.
Oh no. Oh no. It's always right out the gate.
Or if you're lucky, in the middle of the day.
My favorite is when you're working with box cutters.
Oh, I never.
Yeah,
One of
those are not great days.
I know a lot of people who have done that shit. Oh, bad, 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 bad. Bad, 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 bad. God, a guy
Well,
got his finger off at Walmart in the back one day. Checking out the new girl, and he was like, ah! I looked at him and I said, that's what you get for not paying attention. Fuck
oh, he
you.
was paying attention. It was just costly.
Oh, yeah, you're right. He really was paying attention. I just laughed and I went, I'll get the manager. Oh, put a towel on it. I finally got to the manager's office. So,
So how long before you're done with this job, do you think? How much longer?
Probably today.
Oh yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
And then,
the part that I will be part of will probably end today. The job itself is not done, but I'm not part of the next.
phase.
Yeah,
Okay.
which I'm A-okay with because I'm not a sprayer.
I have a question. Okay. You know the style of subway tile? How people use that white subway tile pattern
Right.
in kitchens, bathrooms, whatever. What's your opinion of it? What do you think?
I love to put it in because it's
Wait, you're breaking up.
uh,
You're breaking up really bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we couldn't hear what you said.
all right. Is this any better?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. I was passing an open rock face.
Okay.
My opinion of it is it's decent tile. I mean, it's not any different than any other tile.
Yeah. What about the style of it though?
Do I like the style?
Yeah, and what do you think about it lasting through the ages or something before somebody will have to redo it or change it?
Well, style changes every 10 to 15 years. What was
Yeah.
stylish 30 years ago is now becoming stylish again.
Yeah. No shit.
So if you
It's a turkey.
basically, if you let your house alone for long enough and just keep it nice, it'll eventually come back into style.
I know, huh? Right. Okay. I don't like it personally in bath, like for like the shower or something. I prefer like a bigger tile or something or surround.
I personally, my favorite tile to lay is the bigger tiles
Right. I like those.
because I can do less work for more money.
Yep. Less grout to clean as well, right?
Less all the way around. But it takes
Yeah.
more skill to lay those bigger tiles.
Well, they got those little plus sign gappers and stuff now. Come on.
Yeah, they've got all the assistance. But the thing is when you hire a tile guy or any other tradesman, if they're the cheapest, there's a reason. There's a
Wait,
big
what?
fucking reason.
He's saying
If you hire
hire
the cheapest guy, the reason that they're the cheapest is there are many different reasons. One is normally experience.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And when you're talking about something like tile, you really don't want it done incorrectly.
No, you don't. No, you don't. My dad
You
learned
know,
the hard way on that, and I was with him when it happened, so I was like, "Oh, okay." So, yeah,
it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, you don't want certain things done wrong. Like you don't want to go with the cheapest bidder on a house. When you're buying a house and you're talking to a builder, and that's what I mean by buying a house. You don't want to go with the cheapest builder. You want to go with the guy that has a track record of 15 or 20 years, that knows the industry inside and out, and probably builds more houses in his sleep than you've ever seen in your life.
right, right. Yeah.
You know, with a lot of those guys and in the trades, you get what you pay for. Now, don't get me wrong, there's some shysters, but if you have discernment, you'll see right through a shyster.
Yeah.
Well, it's like my uncle. His dad was a woodworker, and he's a woodworker now. And he told me, "Hey, if there's anything out of wood that you want made, just let me know and send me a picture of it, and I can make it look exactly like that picture."
He's
Yep.
got some nice woodwork on his Facebook and stuff. Beautiful stuff.
He can do those seamless cuts.
Well, they got those boxes now, so the corner boxes and stuff like that.
Son of
They
a
got
bitch, that little gremlin, little bastard came and drank all the gas out of my truck.
Damn it!
oh
I thought
shame
Oh,
you
on him.
fed him last night. See what happens when you don't feed him at night?
He was paying attention. So
Yeah, I don't like feeding that little bastard at night.
How do you know it wasn't a fairy?
yeah, they're bad.
Oh, I know. That little bastard strikes every couple of days.
It still could be a fairy.
Either way, it's still on gas. Fuck that. How much is gas for regular unleaded in your area?
Like 3 something.
Hi.
It's the same everywhere.
Where are you?
I'm in my body right now.
What state are you in?
On.
Insanity.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. I like that. Okay. What state are you on?
What state am I on? I'm on my truck seat.
You're being a pain in my ass. That's what you're being.
And your point?
Well,
I get
this is generally the place that most people see me, is a pain in their ass. So it is not an uncommon place.
Well, if
But
you
the biggest question is do you resemble that comment?
Well, if you're looking up dictionary definitions, you could probably find my picture in that role.
yeah,
That's where I recognized you from. Damn it, I knew it.
yeah,
Yeah.
your dictionary. So the old version dictionary. So
No, I am in the state of insanity, also known as Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Word.
That's all I can think of. Wait, they have a hockey team. Well, everybody I think does, but
Yes, there's a hockey team here.
yeah, you have a hockey team and very cold weather, and I think that's about all I know. Aren't you attached to Canada?
On our northern border, we're attached to Canada. On our
That's what I thought.
eastern border, we're
Wisconsin.
attached to Wisconsin. On our southern border, we're attached to Iowa. And on our western border, we have North and South Dakota.
Damn.
On your western border? Oh, Dakota.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. Yeah, sorry, my bad. Okay, I forgot about those.
Yeah, the Dakotas.
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 So, damn, that's just cold.
As far as gas goes, it is $3.39.9.
That's
This
bad.
is funny shit
The
here.
Minnesota Ducks or some shit, isn't it?
Moose says nobody knows what hockey team
What
though,
the
because it's
fuck is
Minnesota.
this dude is like up on the fucking curb, on the fucking snow. What the fuck, you moron? Oh, that's funny.
Are you sure he doesn't know what he's doing and you are just the one that's misunderstood or misunderstanding?
Took my title.
I would say that since he's on 2.5 feet of snow and not able to move his vehicle, I would say that I'm definitely not the one that's confused.
Okay, just checking.
Which way did
Yeah.
he go? Which way did he go? Hey, George! George!
Which way did the road go?
A
George,
squirrel.
which way did he go, George?
I've done the look. There's a squirrel thing.
Oh, here come the cavalry to come fix everything.
They're gonna come save him. Oh, they'll probably beat him up though, because
No. I'm down in Egan. They're gonna save him.
Oh, okay. Well, let's just hope so.
It was either an Audi or a BMW. It was some kind of ritzy car.
Yeah, I was just gonna say we won't say how much it's gonna cost him to save him, but we'll save him.
Oh, they don't care.
Yeah, exactly my point.
I worked in at AAA for a long time, and I get this call from this lady, and she's freaking. I mean, she is pissed and she's freaking out. And I'm like, ma'am, you have to slow down. I can't understand you. That motherfucking truck driver of yours, he didn't even strap down my Corvette, and he turned that corner and my vet went flying off that flatbed. Oh, shit. We got a problem, don't we? Oops. Yeah.
Well, that'll buff out.
Yeah. It happened to a couple of nice vehicles, but in general, yeah, they were a little nicer to the cars.
I think if a damn tow truck driver doesn't know how to strap a car down, then he needs to find a different job.
It was the only tow company within 150 miles of anywhere, out in the middle of nowhere, type thing. They had the market, they knew it, and AAA wouldn't fire the company. So they paid, for new cars, they split the bill, da-da-da. It's fucking bullshit, but they had the market.
Well, think about it this way. If you have a bad day, you might stub your toe. If a contractor such as a tow guy happens to have a bad day,
Oof.
he might forget a strap.
Yeah. A strap. A.
Or a strap might come loose.
Right. But again,
I've had that happen where
that's,
straps have come loose.
yeah.
And that's why you can't blame your lack of professionalism on a bad day. Like, I can't just walk up to my customer and be like, "Oh yeah, the reason that your job looks like shit is because, well, I was having a bad day." No. It does
These
not
guys
work
are
that way.
Now, these guys were honestly assholes and idiots. Honestly, they were mean to our dispatchers. We had to take the calls if we got the incoming calls. Oh my God. It was a nightmare. One day I said, why the hell haven't we fired these guys yet? Because they have the market and the guys on the phone laughing. Yep.
Because we've got the bombs.
Oh, man.
That's awesome.
No, we fired him, I think, for 3 months after the Porsche incident. Yeah, that one took a heavy, that was a pretty heavy bill for them to swallow. So,
Yeah, that's
but then all the customers said, emergency service. Oh, what do you mean you don't have anyone for 300 miles? What do you mean it'll take them 3 days? I'm stranded. Can you come change my tire? Can you tow me? No, sorry. And they got sued for that, leaving a customer out there overnight, and they got hit by another
super
car.
dangerous.
Yeah, so that expense was a little bit more than the Porsche incident, so they hired them back.
It reeks in the drum.
Does it?
Yeah. I opened everything up.
I need to take a leak.
Yeah, I don't want to hear about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It smells.
It smells.
You better get that checked out.
You should get that checked out. And if it's anywhere orange, near the color orange, get to a hospital immediately.
Or even worse yet, fluorescent green.
Ooh,
Damn.
it's kind of bad too.
Damn.
But
It's good. It's sprayed, but damn. Ooh, I'm getting high as hell in here.
What? You in a porta potty?
No, he's pink, I think.
Oh, paint.
Holy fuck.
Good paint, huh? Name brand?
Fuck, that's covered. Damn it.
Uh-oh. Toilet's covered. Go to Home Depot, use their toilet.
No, I'm not going to make it that far.
The ones in the eye. Well, you don't have to go far back to the bathroom. Just find where they display things, you know.
Oh, son of a bitch. It's all shut
Porta
up.
potty right here.
Plan B, cup in the garage.
I was gonna say behind the building.
I ain't working in that shit today.
You told them?
No, I'm saying I'm to you. Holy fuck. You get high as hell in there.
Put your respirator on. Come on now.
Fuck that.
Professional. Put a new filter on it and you'll be okay because the government has certified.
Yeah.
It's certified. We'll kill you.
Hey, hang on 1 second.
It's certified that it'll kill you slower. Oh, he's holding.
No, I'm hanging it.
Oh, he said hang on for a second.
I'm
How do you
hanging on.
hang on?
I was hanging on.
That's holding.
Hanging, holding, same thing.
Huh?
I'm
Well,
hanging on to it.
you're holding.
No, I was hanging, holding on to it. Holding, hanging. Same thing, same idea, same
Yeah, I know.
concept. Hey, look what I found. I found one truth thing. So we better save it.
Well, I told you I found two last night when I was looking for. What was I looking for? I was looking for something last night, baby. Remember, I told you I found two more. But I'm gonna mute that real quick.
Hey, I gotta call my contractor real quick. I'll be up.
Not a problem. You got to do what you got to do, man.
Okay, can you let go now?
Yeah. So who's in the room? You gonna talk to us? Moose, you still here?
Come on, people, Brent, come on up.
Hello.
Holy fuck, you could get high for days in there.
Yeah, not off of paint. I'm not into the paint thing.
No, neither am I. Oh, wow. That's why I work outside.
Well, unless you get an air stagnation alert or some shit.
No, as long as I'm outside, I'm good. Fuck all their alerts and everything like that.
Why is the Minnesota hockey team just called Minnesota Wild?
Because back a long time ago, we used to have this really awesome fucking hockey team. It was called the Minnesota North Stars.
I see that.
And they were like fucking badass. They were like the best hockey team of all fucking hockey teams.
Yeah.
And then we sold them to fucking Dallas.
Okay.
And that's why we have the Wild.
It doesn't even sound correct.
No. It's I have animosities, and there's probably a lot of Wild fans out there that would be like, "Go fuck yourself. It's a real Minnesota team."
It just doesn't make sense because at least the North Stars was plural.
Yeah, no, they're now the Dallas Stars. We don't talk about these things because this is the things that I get upset about.
Yeah.
Well, I'm with you. It's stupid.
Well, the thing is like I haven't liked professional sports since that happened.
Oh, dug you that
And
deep.
yeah, like this, and don't get me wrong, it's probably stupid and whatever, but I fucking hate the professional sports. They're just dumb. How are you gonna sell fucking hockey from Minnesota? What the fuck? Whose bright fucking idea was that?
The
Like,
new
what jackass was up in his fucking office and was like, I'm gonna sell Minnesota, the land of ice and snow. I'm gonna sell their hockey team to Dallas.
Yeah, that's stupid.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's stupid.
Some kind of notifications on it.
Anyways, I'm done talking about sports. Sports are dumb.
Yeah, I lost interest after the whatchamacallits, the Raiders had to start behaving.
Well, if you really think about it, they used to give us carnivals and stuff like that. Now it's cakes and circuses. They just changed the fucking circus. The gladiators are still the fucking gladiators. They're still looked at the same way. They're still treated the same way. There's nothing that's changed throughout history except we don't kill them now.
Fair enough. Okay.
But there are some sports out there that you could very easily die, such as MMA, where they put people into a cage to kill each other.
Yeah, when that came out, I was like, yes, real shit.
But it's really not real shit.
Well, you know what I'm saying, though. I mean,
I do know what you're saying, but I'm saying, like, having been in fighting and stuff, when you train MMA versus when you're training a specific art versus when you're training physical protection,
yeah,
these are three different categories that don't really cross.
no,
Like, don't get me wrong, if you know karate, are you better off than somebody that doesn't know karate? Yes. But you know forms. You don't know how to react in a street fight. You don't know how to react to six guys jumping on you and all beating you in from different directions. You don't get experience like that unless you have experience like that.
right. My sister's last husband, his name, you can look him up, is Gabriel Pena, as it's pronounced, Pena, Pena. He was a MMA cage fighter. He retired due to injuries.
Yeah, those are injuries you're not going to get back from.
No, he smokes a lot.
That's like you're shaking for the rest of your life somewhere.
Well, kind of all over with him, yeah. Yeah. So, but we knew the Hulk Hogan. You know, my family knows Hulk Hogan and his family and stuff. And when they had to start behaving too, and when it became fake and money's game and all this stuff, then it became.
Well, wrestling used to be, it's always been a show. It's always been a show. But wrestling used to, what's that?
It had to be. If fucking those guys did every move that they say they're doing, we wouldn't have any fucking wrestlers.
Yes. I actually had the pleasure and the honor of going through the hospice process with one of those wrestlers' wives.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I'm talking like the old school wrestlers, like the ones that actually, they weren't there for the show.
Dick Savage and all them.
Yeah, that era and before.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the stories Dolly would tell us of these guys, and he would come home just beat to hell and back.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
you don't have that now. I mean, and maybe you do, and I just don't see it because it's not publicized or whatever. But nevertheless, there's a difference between generation to generation. Like, my
Yes.
generation is probably the last ditch effort to the old ways.
Well,
I think so.
plus I think the wrestling nowadays, they become just all basically a bunch of pretty boys.
That happened with Ric Flair.
He put on the persona basically, but I don't think he himself
Randy Macho Man Savage. Snap into a Slim Jim. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And the damn floor didn't bounce. You hit that floor, it hurt.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Have you ever seen a biography of Andre the Giant?
Yeah.
Ooh.
How about McFlurry?
Nice. Nice.
I don't know.
McFlurry. He was
Nick Flurry.
he was fuck, what was his wrestling name? He did the off the cage jump with Undertaker. He was the first one. What was his fucking name?
The cage jump? Is that from the
I know
side?
the move you're talking about where they jump off the cage and grab them and flip them over.
Off the corner thing? Or
Off
the
the
side?
No, not off.
Top of
Not
the
off
cage.
the turnbuckle. They'll climb the cage and flip
Off the top
themselves.
of it. Yeah, they'll go off the top of the cage and then they'll throw the other guy off. They were the first two to do it. I know one of them was Undertaker. And he,
Generation X?
God, I can't remember his fucking name. That's gonna bother me. He was a big time. He's kind of chunky.
I love it, kind of chunky. I used to like Degeneration X for a while.
I'm part of D-Generation X.
The guy I'm talking about had like
No, not that part. Not that organization. I thought you were talking about my generation or degeneration. Hey, I gotta go.
All right,
Take
bye.
care. The guy I'm talking about played like 3 different characters. He had like a cowboy character, kind of like a. Fuck! I wish I could remember his name.
His regular name?
His wrestling name.
Well, you know his regular
I think it's.
Ric Flair?
No. It was something McFlurry or Mc.
We have somebody in there, so
How about this? Maybe I can find it this way. Who was the first wrestler with? What was that wrestler I said name? God damn it.
oh my god. I can't believe I don't remember.
Undertaker. Who was the wrestler with Undertaker the first jump off the cage?
Who?
Mick Foley. I was right.
Mick Foley, okay. And when was that?
Okay. Now wait a minute. What was Mick Foley's wrestling name?
There you go.
Okay, here we go. Baby Boy. Cactus Jack. That was one of his main ones. And Dude Love.
Okay, I think
And the Mental Patient Mankind.
I think I remember Dude Love. Okay.
Like I said, he had 3 or
Is
4.
there an image?
I'd have to go up here.
Oh, dude, yeah. The mullet dude, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I always call him. The mullet dude. But from what years?
You got to watch his biography.
Okay, but I want to know from what years.
Did he wrestle?
Yeah.
Doesn't say. He was born in the 65. 287. Boy, he was a big boy.
Big boy.
6'2".
Debut was in '83. Okay. Let's see.
Years active, yeah, 83 to 2012.
2012, huh?
It seemed like he was before that.
Now, so that wasn't regular wrestling. That was cage wrestling.
That they were the first two.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been actually even also the first cage match. Period. I don't honestly remember that, but I know they were the first two that got on top of the cage and wrestled on top of the cage. And Undertaker threw McFoley. Can't remember.
Through it?
He threw him from the top of the cage down onto the mat.
That in no shape, way, or form could have felt it.
Oh, you figure you're 20 feet up in the air. I don't care how if you're throwing a motherfucker, you're throwing a motherfucker. You know, even if it's its own momentum and he's just guiding him along, it's still that momentum and the fall.
Yeah.
Did he say he was coming back? Or did he just say
He
goodbye?
just said he had to go. So
Because there's nobody here, so I'm thinking about ending it.
go ahead.
All right. Well, everybody have a good day. We'll talk to you later. We love you.
Bye.
Hope to see more of you tomorrow.